Johnny. Look at him go. He's running laps around Trump. I refuse to remember his name. What was it again? It was Ronald Klump. And when he leaves, you know what I'm looking forward to? Sleep. But also the possibility that for the first time in 4 years, we'll be able to shift our collective focus away from him onto anything else. I got up this morning, I was walking on the steps, and I just felt all this available brain space. You know, it's not filled with anything else yet. It's just like a clean kitchen counter where something could be made if we're just not cluttering it up with that guy. And I'm also looking forward to possibly people being nicer. I've done harsher jokes than I've ever done in my entire life. I tend to reflect back the national tone, and that tone comes from the top. The last 4 years have been an assault on objective reality. He doesn't want you to know anything. He doesn't want you to know what causes global warming. You don't think science knows. Science means knowledge. You know how I know that? Science. I sat down and just started crying with relief. And Evie said, you never have to talk about him again. And then I cried with joy.
Yeah. It's comedy, friends. It's comedy. That was comedy. And, oh, by the way, he didn't stop talking about Trump, not for the 4 years that Biden was president. And he couldn't figure out a joke about Joe Biden, which is funny because we saw a lot of them. Rest in peace, Stephen Colbert. For 250 years, Americans have believed in one powerful idea, that we were meant to live free. Free to work hard, free to move, free to enjoy life without being held back. But if everyday aches and pains are slowing you down, it might be time to declare your independence from pain. Relief Factor is the way to do it. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free, research-based formula designed to help your body fight inflammation, one of the root causes of pain. It's not a quick fix. It's not a temporary mask. It works from the inside out at the source. Relief Factor was created so people could get back to living life on their terms. Walking, working, exercising, enjoying the moments that matter. This year, as we celebrate 250 years of American independence, take a stand for your own freedom. Declare your independence from pain. Try Relief Factor, $19.95 for a 3-week quick start. $19.95, 3-week kickstart. Visit ReliefFactor.com or give them a call. It's 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4, relief.
It's time for Talktivities on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Do you have an item for Talktivities? Email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com.
The Good Morning Call program was instituted by the Roswell Police Department to provide a daily telephone call to individuals who live alone and want the reassurance of knowing that they will be contacted every day to make sure they're okay. It's free for Roswell residents. Applications are available at the front desk of the Roswell Police Department or by calling 575-624-6770. Civil Air Patrol is seeking sponsors, adult member volunteers, and youth ages 12 to 18 who want to join the program. If your business or family would like to help empower the next generation of leaders, aviators, and community servants, this is a great way to step in. Contact Chris Simons for more information at nmwg.cap.gov.
If you have an item for Talktivities, email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com. That's calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Secretary of State Rubio says there's been slight progress in talks with Iran amid uncertainty about a potential deal or renewed conflict. Rubio is in Sweden now for a NATO meeting where the alliance is discussing its role in the Strait of Hormuz, among other matters. Tensions persist as Iran has closed the strait and the U.S. is blockading Iranian ports. President Trump is sending an additional 5,000 American troops to Poland.
His announcement came just weeks after he had ordered the same number of troops to be pulled out of Europe. NATO officials were meeting in Helsingborg, Sweden, when they reacted to the news, including Swedish Foreign Minister Maria Malmö Stenegard.
Well, it is confusing, indeed, and not always easy to navigate.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte seemed pleased with the decision, and so too did Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski.
I want to thank the President and everybody who contributed to this decision.
Trump announced the deployment on Truth Social, citing strong ties with Polish President Karol Nawrocki. I'm Lawrence Brooks.
Another Trump project proposed for the nation's capital has cleared another hurdle.
President Trump says there are
59 of them in the world.
He's talking about
a triumphal arc. It's usually done for victories in war and things.
But Washington, D.C.?
We're the only important and major city that doesn't have one.
But the U.S. Commission of Fine Arts has now given final approval to the design.
Correspondent Ben Thomas says another federal agency would have to approve it before the project could go ahead. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton touting the president's endorsement as he heads into the final days of his Republican primary runoff against Senator John Cornyn. On Wall Street, ahead of this morning's opening bell, Dow futures are up 356 points, and NASDAQ futures 117 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Health insurance rates are surging in America, leaving millions without affordable options. If you're sick of having paychecks eaten up by healthcare costs or dealing with mega corporations, then listen to this. Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. That's why I want to tell you about Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's an alternative to traditional health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills. There's no enrollment period, so you can join anytime. And you aren't restricted to provider networks, so you choose the doctors and hospitals you want. It's that simple. CHM is not insurance. It's a ministry that puts faith into action. Feel the difference of financial support and biblical care from fellow believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
Some unionized Samsung workers in South Korea are voting on a proposed pay deal that would head off a threatened strike. Samsung's chip business and its profits have soared thanks to the AI boom.
The deal between the union and Samsung was only reached hours before the union's deadline. As part of the deal, Samsung will set aside around 10% of its profit as bonuses for its employees. Each worker in the company's memory chip division is expected to bring home hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stocks this year. The union's leaders celebrated the deal, but other employees in the company who make TVs and phones will miss out on the windfall.
That's BBC's Jay Kwan in Seoul. Israel says it has released and deported hundreds of activists who took part in a flotilla trying to breach Israel's naval blockade of Gaza. The Israeli Foreign Ministry says that all foreign activists have now been deported. News and analysis at townhall.com. An NFL MVP and Super Bowl champ quarterback has re-signed to a big money deal.
Reigning NFL Most Valuable Player Matthew Stafford has agreed to a one-year contract extension through the 2027 season with the Los Angeles Rams. ESPN reported the deal is worth $55 million. The deal indicates that the 38-year-old quarterback is at least strongly thinking about staying with the Rams past the upcoming season. The Rams surprised the league by drafting Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson with the 13th overall pick last month. I'm Gethin Coolball.
Forecasters expect a developing El Nino could dampen the upcoming Atlantic hurricane season while not completely wiping out the chance of violent weather. NOAA is forecasting a below-average season, a season with fewer named storms and hurricanes. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy graduations.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Boy, howdy. It was quite the goat rope. I was driving home from an event last evening, and I passed by the Wool Bowl. And
University High graduation.
Folks were making their exit from the University High graduation, and it was crazy business.
Yep. So that was kind of the dry run for tonight tomorrow.
Right.
So, of course, Goddard High School's graduation this evening at 7 p.m. Roswell High's tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Tell your out-of-town friends and family you can watch both of them on our website, ksbptv.com. Goddard in the Goddard channel tonight, Roswell channel tomorrow night.
Yep.
And 7 p.m. I believe the graduation start for both. So if you do get gridlocked in traffic or something, so you can get into the Wool Bowl, or you live in Oklahoma or Texas or something.
Yeah. Speaking of, as soon as I wrap up here, I'm basically going home, or gutting the car, getting everything packed, and hitting the open road.
Nice. That'll be fun.
I got, I always get nervous right before this trip, just because there's certain parts. I've done this trip 1,000 times, but there's certain parts I know that I get real white knuckly.
Yeah.
Like, I hate driving through corridors.
Yeah.
I cannot stand driving with a concrete wall next to me. Or if I'm stuck, like a semi here and a semi here.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Especially in your tinier vehicle. It feels a little more nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get it.
But right now I've got the back end of my car. I have my tent, all three of our sleeping bags, and my gear bag, and that's basically the entirety of the back end, like the hatchback of my car. So I got to figure out where else I'm going to put everything else now.
So, are you planning on doing a little camping while you're
my
up there?
My sister and brother-in-law have a really big, like, it's a
backyard.
yard essentially,
Okay.
but they have like woods and some stuff back there. So we're gonna go kind of venture off into the woods and find a little spot and set up
cool.
the tent. And,
Nice. Do a little backyard camping.
yeah, Camden, one of their cousins, one of the ones that's graduating, actually, he's real outdoorsy, and it's funny. So they're triplets. My Maya, the I guess technically oldest by several minutes, she actually graduated last year.
Okay.
The boys are graduating this year.
Okay.
So it's Camden and Jacob. Camden actually also just graduated, got his automotive mechanics certification from Gordon Cooper Technical Institute up there.
Okay.
So he's kind of a dual. So he's like real like cars and outdoorsy stuff. Jacob, on the other hand,
he does man things.
Yeah, Jake, on the other hand, he's sort of like the swarthy, like, swoops the hair off the face.
Right.
He's the charmer,
Gotcha.
But Cam's the down and dirty one.
Gotcha.
So I think we'll have a little camping fun with him, and I'm sure that Rihanna will be like, "Well, I'm going back to the house." 'Cause she's going to have that option.
Right.
Which I guess first camp out.
We're out of Wi-Fi range. I better get back in.
I'm a head on down the old dusty trail. Just Bob's on her feet. Well, but so it should probably just be the boys.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. How long you gonna be in town?
Just the weekend, and I talked Digger and the Diva into filling in for me on Monday. So
okay, very nice.
Now, are we gonna have a show on Monday?
Negative,
here?
no show
Okay,
Monday.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure how it was going to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
But we'll have Digger and the Diva filling in for me on Monday, and I'll be back on Tuesday.
Very good. Awesome.
Travel down Memorial Day. I'm going to travel back when everybody else is traveling back. I feel like that's the right way to do it.
Smart move.
Yeah, really, it's a real sense of community. You know, we're all in this together.
Yeah, I love to get on a plane right the day before Thanksgiving, just when everybody else is a good time.
It really it's that spirit of unity. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Those aren't elbows. Those are suggestions that maybe you should, form the line better. You aren't throwing elbows at you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Next month I'm getting on an airplane, and it's been a couple years since I've been on an airplane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and especially with all the things with the traffic controllers and the lack of TSAs and this, and I'm like, Like, is this how? And I'm only getting on a plane from Albuquerque to Houston, then Houston to New Orleans.
That's not insignificant, man.
Well, I mean, it's like I'm not like going overseas or anything.
Sure.
So, but it's still. I'm like, how much of a goat rope is this going to be?
You know what's really funny though is I've made no small mention of this. I had not gotten on a commercial flight since before 9/11.
Yeah.
Before my last journeys.
Right.
And it's funny, as soon as you have had like a couple of flights under your belt, you all of a sudden feel like an expert. Like I feel like I'm mansplaining to people like the way it is today.
Yeah.
The modern travel. Even though the stuff we did was even before all like the government shutdown,
right.
and all the TSA issues. It was before all that. So I'm sure it's still probably quite the mess.
Well, and pull back the curtain. A couple years ago, when I was on a plane, I ended up having to spend the night in Dallas because they botched everything up on the flight line. Plane canceled or something. I don't remember. It was something got screwed up.
Right.
But so I'm like, oh great. I just that's the only part of my trip. I'm a little like this. This is the part I don't trust.
Right.
So we'll see. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That'll be good for this weekend for you guys. That'll be fun. And
yeah, it should be exciting. I just these road trips always like I was telling my kid's mom, like something just feels off. I just got kind of an ick. She's like, well, you felt exactly the same way last time. I'm like, yeah, and last time I almost died, remember? It's just the turn in
glass half full.
The exit for my sister's region,
Right.
Harinawala, is very like, if you blink, you miss the exit.
Right.
And I did not want to have to deal with all that. So what's the saying? Bad or good drivers miss an exit. Bad drivers never miss an exit. I didn't miss that exit.
Rest in peace, 3 water barrels.
That's a longer story for another time, but I've told it here before. The next time you let your pregnant wife try to get onto the interstate, make sure that she has enough lead-in time, like lead-in road time, or else people will be cut off. Barrels will be destroyed.
All I get is the movie scene where like you're like it's just the completely for some reason a vacation-esque where you're just driving onto the highway and going, and next thing you know, in the rearview mirror you see explosions.
Dude, it literally was that. And I don't even remember why she was driving at the time, but I was like, I said, take the next exit. We're going to go venture off, get lost in the back roads of Oklahoma. Maybe nobody will catch us. And then it was like 2 hours later or like an hour and a half later, we were at Jimmy's Egg with my mom and her boyfriend, just like looking out the window, just watching for light. Couldn't even enjoy my garbage pail breakfast.
So speaking of food, is there
Brahms for sure.
I mean, is there a dedicated we absolutely hitting before we leave the territory?
Yeah, Brahms for sure. I'd like to hit Jimmy's Egg, but that's not likely just because it's kind of one of those off the beaten path areas,
Yeah. You have to destinate to get to
really
that
do.
one. Yeah.
But really, I think Brahms is the main one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other thing is,
and you have multiple opportunities to hit Brahms.
Yeah.
They're chained. So.
The other thing is I'm taking like my camp stove, my mess kit, my whole cookery kit. So I'm kind of wanting to like
put your Brahms in your mess kit.
No, I'm right. I'm kind of wanting to get a steak or something and cook up a steak out there.
Okay, you gonna do one of those videos of you chopping in the around the creek and all that, and putting some kind of leaves and chop it up for your seasonings. Yeah.
Just a blurry dog in the background.
Use all them knives that you bought.
Gotta stop for a second, rinse your knife off in the creek.
Yeah, have a couple just buried into a log kind of off in the distance in case not to be used.
Well,
just for
that's the end of the video. Is you have to take your knife and go into the cutting board or the chopping block.
But if you do it, you gotta ASMR it up with get a mic in there because you got to get all the. Noises and the sizzle and all the stuff part of that video.
One mic up at the top of the trees to get the birds and the rustle.
Although I think it would be funny is you go the other way. Do all that bougie thing, but with like an MRE. And then you're like, turkey tetrazzini.
Rock or something.
Burritos. Is our guest here?
I've not seen or heard anybody, but then again, there's a wall here.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody here. Okay. Well, I'll give you a rundown, and then we'll see what happens. We'll pivot from there.
Yep.
James Edwards going to join us here to talk Memorial Day this hour. Next hour, we're going to talk county business. Annabelle Barraza, the CFO for Chaves County, going to join us, fill us in on last county commission meeting and things like that. And then talking Roswell Invaders. New manager will join us here in the 9 o'clock hour. They have a meet and greet this evening that we'd love to get the folks out. And then, of course, their first game of the season starts on the 26th. I believe their home opener is on the 29th. So, but we'll talk
quick
Invader Baseball in the 9 o'clock hour here today.
It's weird having Memorial Day be this early in the month. This is actually the earliest it can possibly be.
Yeah.
So
there's
there's so much May left.
We got like a whole
Memorial
other
Day.
week afterwards,
Yeah.
and that does feel weird. But yeah, that's how it is. And of course, it does kind of we get, with school, obviously, like everyone's like, oh, today's the last day. No. We got Tuesday and a half on Wednesday. here to get
Although,
through.
I will say this. Yesterday, the pickup was a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like, it was, I don't know if maybe they had a graduation at the elementary school, but there was only like
It may have been, yeah.
like half the parents that were normally there for pickup. So getting in and out of that parking lot, because the Del Norte parking lot is a nightmare to get in and out of.
Okay.
The parking lot across where most of the parents park and walk over.
Right.
It's a nightmare to get out of because everybody's like trying to form one single line, but it's like 4 groups of cars trying to all merge together, zip together, and it never works.
Yep. And then everyone's like in a hurry, and so no one's patient. I get it.
But yesterday was kind of a dream. It's like, ooh, this is
Well,
nice.
and I'm going to take just a guess that Tuesday and Wednesday will be equally be light traffic. I just venture a guess.
Like, I heard a parent say they already gave out the awards for perfect attendance. These right here,
Can't
these
take
are
'em back.
free days. That's
Can't
right.
take 'em back.
That's right.
I showed up every day, all year, just to not be here for this one.
This half week's for me.
Good for you.
You earned it.
Hey, yeah, if you're doing well,
that's right.
If you're doing your mind your P's and Q's, God bless you. Good. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and take a break and all that good stuff. We'll see if James comes in here, if he's running a little late. And if not, we'll pivot and play something else there.
You can stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah. Weather? We're smooth sailing. But Monday, we're going to get wet. Monday night, we're going to get wet. But it's 7:19. Let's take a gander at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good through the holiday weekend. Very warm temperatures coming up. 90 to 95 on the afternoon high today and sunny. Overnight looks clear. Lows in the mid-50s, and then we're in the upper 80s and low 90s on Saturday, and we'll keep the sunshine. Saturday night, clear and mid-50s, right around the 90-degree mark on Sunday, and Memorial Day, we get sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 57 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 93%. Winds currently out of the south. A lot of nines there. Play the lottery. Mostly sunny today. Highs near 90. Winds will be out of the southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight. Overnight low of 56. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Graduation should be A-OK. For you Saturday, there is a 20% chance at afternoon showers with a high of 89. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear, overnight low of 57. So I think evening hours should be all right for graduation. It may be kind of like yesterday where it rains just before graduation, but we'll see. We'll see. But I think we'll be okay for the next 2 graduations. Sunday, sunny, 92 for a high. North winds 5 to 10. Sunday night, clear, overnight low of 59 degrees. Memorial Day, Monday, 92 and sunny. And then Monday evening and Tuesday, we're looking at, as of right now, really good chances of rain. A 60% chance of showers for Monday night. They're really early evening and after midnight as well, too. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 58 degrees. And then Tuesday, we're looking at a 70% chance of showers. Mostly cloudy, high of 84. 20% chance at showers Tuesday night with an overnight low 54, and then no talk of rain. Just highs right around 90 Wednesday and Thursday of next week there. So looks like we'll be okay for graduations and most of your Memorial Day weekend plans, but Monday evening and Saturday afternoon, a spot chance. Monday evening, a good chance of rain there, it looks like. So 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. Have not seen our guest yet. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll either have James with us or we'll talk about actually, you know what? What we'll do is I'll come back, but I think what we'll do is we'll play our interview. Don Weld with the Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge joined us in the 8 o'clock hour yesterday talking about Dragonfly Festival and a couple other things as well, too. So we'll come back, but if we don't hear from James, then that's what we'll play. So quick commercial break, a commercial break, and then we'll be back. Don't go away.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So we did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
The week of June 1st through June 5th, the Country Club Road Church of Christ will hold its annual Vacation Bible School for children 3 years old through the 6th grade. Come and join us from 9 to 11:30 each morning. Our theme this year is Staying on the Right Track in a Troubled World. What a great theme for our world today. The kids are going to learn about how characters in the Bible dealt with difficult themes and stayed true to their faith in God. Your children will learn about Daniel in the lion's den, Queen Esther, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, Mary and Martha's encounter with Jesus, and a paralyzed friend who gets healed. There'll be Bible stories presented by live actors and all kinds of puppet shows and music time and crafts, snacks, and interactive worship time. At Country Club Road, we truly care about the children God places in our care. Our goal is to help them know Jesus and understand the love God has for each of them. We can't wait to see you and your kids there.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Hello, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Still searching for that perfect centerpiece for your living room like a sofa built to last for generations? Discover the enduring quality of American-made Mayo furniture. We showcase a stunning collection of Mayo sofas and love seats. Choose from a palette of premium top-grain leathers and rich classic hues, or select from hundreds of sumptuous durable fabrics. It's true custom comfort. Experience the Glenn's difference, where timeless craftsmanship meets personalized design. Come down and see us on Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Spring is here, and Fulkerson has a few spring HVAC tips to help you get ready. Check for uneven temperatures from room to room. Replace your filter and pay attention to sounds that your unit makes. A professional spring checkup helps catch these issues early. And with the Right Fit membership from Fulkerson, you can rest assured knowing your unit is ready. With biannual maintenance and a reduced dispatch fee, even in the middle of the night. Call 575-319-9984 to find out more. Fulkerson Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Roswell and surrounding areas.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Roswell Nissan presents Van Man and the J Squad, fighting for truth, justice, low prices, and the American way. While the battle of high prices versus affordable payments rages on, rest assured that the team at Roswell Nissan has got your back with great deals like a 2026 Nissan Pathfinder or Frontier at 0% APR for up to 60 months. Trust Van Man and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan to fight for truth, justice, low prices, and the American way. Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Hi,
I am Johnny Orville McLean Jr., candidate for County Commissioner District 5. I am a lifelong resident of Chaves County, and I've been a volunteer firefighter for 37 years, working with our first responders. I have built and I will continue to build strong relationships to keep Chaves County moving forward. The right place, the right time, and the right person. I'm asking for your vote. I'm Johnny Orville McLean Jr.
A clear voice for all of Chaves County. Paid for by the committee to elect Johnny Orville McLean Jr., Crystal M. Hester, Treasurer.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:26, and don't forget graduations tonight for Goddard High School and Roswell High School. Of course, 7 p.m. both evenings. We will have live streaming video of both graduations at ksvptv.com this evening in the Goddard High channel, tomorrow evening in the Roswell High channel. And if you missed University High's graduation last night, we have that for you up there right now because that was last night. So it's up there for you to watch. And I believe Early College is up there as well from last weekend when they had their graduation too. So we got them all there for you, ksvptv.com. 7:27, and joining us in the studio this morning, talking Memorial Day, James Edwards back with us. Good morning, James. How you doing today?
Good morning. Good morning.
How's life in your world this morning?
Well, graduation, you talked about it. We have one tonight, and then we have one for tomorrow, which is Goddard tonight, Roswell tomorrow. We'll be graduating pretty close to about 800 kids between the two schools.
Yeah, and we had kind of the dry runs here for the Wool Bowl with Early College and University High last night. ENMUR had their graduation, which is also, by the way, you can go watch that too at the Wool Bowl this year too. That was a week ago or so too. So they're all up there. So they've had some dry runs at the Wool Bowl for kind of getting ready for tonight and tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good deal. But after all the graduations are done, Monday is Memorial Day, and of course, most of us get to enjoy the day off on that day. But and so we hope families do take the time to spend, time together and doing their cookouts and all the things that people traditionally do on Memorial Day. But we do always want to invite folks out to come and be a part of, different celebration things to really, remind people why we are celebrating Memorial Day and what's the real reason behind that. And so we would love to invite folks to come out and help recognize Memorial Day with us here.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. So what's the times and who, what, wheres of it?
Okay. First off, they're going to start off tomorrow over at South Park Cemetery. They're going to be doing the setting of flags at 7 a.m. at South Park Cemetery.
Okay.
We've got about 3,500 veterans that are interred out there at the Veterans Cemetery.
So some help would be appreciated.
Right. Right now we've got the Boy Scouts of America and volunteers that are going to be showing up, but they can always use more.
If you come out there, bring your family, bring yourself. We'll put you to work putting flags at the various veterans' graves throughout the cemetery there.
Yes, sir. And what's going to happen is the Chaves County veterans are going to have a memorial service on Veterans Day, which is May 25th at 10 a.m.
Okay. Memorial Day, sorry.
Yes, at Memorial Day. I'm sorry.
Veterans Day is November.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We'll be doing something then,
yeah,
too.
That's November 11th. My apologies. But head spinning with a lot of things going on.
100 million things going on. I get you.
So this is going to take place out at South Park Cemetery at the General McBride Cemetery.
Okay.
We've got a couple of guest speakers that are going to be showing up. There's going to be plenty of seating available. And I encourage people to show up and pay your respects, because a lot of times we get caught up in everything else that's going on. Like I just got caught up with mixing up Veterans Day with Memorial Day. And,
well, that means graduation weekend. People have got summer. I mean, there's just a lot on people's plates right now, so it's easy to kind of slip on by Memorial Day. It's just a great 3-day weekend to spend time. And no, we honor those people that paid the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our nation. That's what Memorial Day is all about. Veterans Day, we honor all veterans, but Memorial Day is for those that paid the ultimate price, that went that last full measure and gave their lives for our freedom.
And it's important that we remember those days, like you just mentioned earlier, just a few minutes ago. Freedom's not free. And I think any time that you have an opportunity to pay your respects to on Veterans Day as well as Memorial Day. That's the opportunity time to sit back and reflect on, hey, we live in a great country.
Absolutely.
Great country. And it wasn't, it by no means did it come by free. It wasn't, people fought and died for these things. And
as long as there's been people, as long as there's been land, they've been fighting for it.
Right. So we've got we got some speakers, like I said before, and we've got plenty of seating. Ruben Esquivel from the sexton out at the graveyard is heading up the setting up of all of that stuff.
Good deal. Excellent.
Give him a shout out for that.
Good deal.
And then right after that, there's going to be an interment of unclaimed veterans cremains.
Okay.
That's going to take place at the cemetery.
Okay.
We have 7 that were unclaimed, and this is going to be the first time in Roswell that we've done something like that. These were unclaimed veterans.
So it'd be like an unknown soldier memorial, so to speak?
I'm pretty sure I don't know if they have the names or not.
Okay.
That would be a
They just don't have any family, I think.
Right.
Or living family or connected.
Or family that went to claim the remains, which unfortunately there's a lot of that goes on here in Roswell.
That is unfortunate. It's the sad truth, though.
And all 3 funeral homes are going to be taking part in this. And
excellent.
And, I really encourage people to come out because this is going to be my first time seeing a service like that.
Well, and it hits home a little harder because at the end of the day, these veterans, served us, and there's no one to honor them in their time that they're leaving this earth.
Right. And they were they were willing to raise their hand and take an oath to the Constitution, and a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot that goes into getting into the service.
Absolutely. Well, you basically, all the rights that you are granted as an American citizen, you sign away the moment you enlist in the United States military. You're under Uniform Code with Military Justice, which is not the same as constitutional rights.
Yes.
And you're basically sacrificing your rights to defend the rights of others, and that's the part that we on Veterans Day we want to honor all veterans. But that's why we say, regardless of what you did in the military, the fact that you're willing to sign your name and commit to this and serve it makes sure. Now, Memorial Day we honor those that fall here, but that's why all veterans we honor and then treat the way we do because of that very reason right there.
And this Memorial Day is for anybody in New Mexico that wants to come out from Chaves County, Lee County, Eddy County, because there's veterans everywhere.
Absolutely.
So,
and I think it's important to bring your families, bring your young ones, and this is again to show people why we're having Memorial Day weekends. So when that one day when your child asks why are we off today, you take them to events like this to show them to show them that the seriousness of the day. Don't use it as a whole make it a bummer thing, but definitely to instill to your children that importance of the veteran and those that have served to give and protect the freedoms that we as Americans enjoy. And that's what it's all about, is coming and honoring those people and being thankful for them.
And it's also an educational day. Like you mentioned, bring your youth, bring your kids, because I don't know if that's being taught in school.
Well, and to be honest, and this is why I always tell veterans to show up on Veterans Day and everything else, is these young men and women are going to be, some of them are going to be wearing those same shoes. They're going to have to do what some of these men and women we're honoring this weekend they're going to have to do that to instill the next generation gets to enjoy what they're enjoying. And so
exactly.
That's what it's all about too.
And if you have any questions, you can call to the South Park Cemetery, and Ruben or his assistant would be more than willing to give all the information and the details.
Okay.
So again, I encourage all people in Chavis, Eddy, anybody in New Mexico, wherever this station reaches, show up.
Come on out. Yeah, come join us now. Let's remind folks again, what time are you guys meeting at for flag distribution at the cemetery?
That's going to be at 7 a.m.
7 a.m., so come on out, grab a cup of coffee on the way or a donut or something, and then head your way down there. Although I bet if you nose around, there might just be coffee floating around, and just people are like that. But anyway, come on out, help. And on this one, many hands make less work. So if we can get, we'll have some of our scouts out there and some other volunteers, but we'd love to have the general public bring their families, bring your friends, come on out and spend an hour or two with us to put some flags out here. Like we got a lot of veteran graves to make sure get serviced here and take care of. And like I said, the more hands we do that, the quicker that'll get done. And then, of course, on Monday, Memorial Day proper, what time is the ceremonies out there begin?
It starts at 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. Very good. Matter of fact, if you play your cards right, because I know they're also going to have a short ceremony at 9 a.m. over at Memory Lawn Cemetery. They're going to have a short little speech, and actually part of their ceremony is the POW MIA flag out there. They're replacing it. You know how wind and flags out here and those things get. So the POW, which we replaced, I don't know, like less than a year ago, is we had to replace it again. And so so they're going to replace it as part of the ceremony too out there. They'll have a guest speaker, I think, a speech. I think Don Wells going to do a quick speech. But anyway, we'd love to come out at 9 for that, and then right after that, you can head on over to South Park for the ceremonies at 10 o'clock there. And be there for the guest speakers, and it sounds like they got a big setup out there for that. So, and I encourage people to support both events. Yeah, come on out and this celebrate. Those people that really, and then especially when you hear from our guest speakers that are most of you are veterans and things like that, and they. And 9 times out of 10, the stories they hear from you, because it's from their personal experiences a lot of times, and when you get a veteran to share that kind of stuff, because not all of them want to at times like that. So when you get someone that does, listen in, because it's going to be something that you want to hear, because it will serve you in some way, shape, or form in your life at some point.
Yes, sir.
And then, of course, any veterans out there interested in being part of any of our veterans group, Chaves County Veterans or American Legion, they'll have representatives at the event to come out there and talk to them and learn more. I know all the groups are always looking for more veterans to round up to be a part of the various service organizations. I'm sure VFW, they'll have some guys out there too. So we'll you'll kind of find a who's who of the veterans in town on Memorial Day too. So good deal. James, is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to cover?
I just encourage the citizens of Roswell or Chaves County, get involved in your community and stay involved. We always hear that there's not enough to do, but there's plenty to do. Trust me, I've seen it and I've lived it. So again,
Absolutely.
Thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Anytime. I know you got about 37 fires to put out, so we'll probably let you get your duck stompers on and put them fires out there. But of course, for folks that don't know, we appreciate all the service you do to your committee. I mean, folks that don't know, James wears many hats at school board, out at the university, working with youth, working with veterans groups. He's a man who's got his finger in a lot of pies helping out around community here. So we do appreciate all the service you provide for folks here in our community too.
And thank you for those kind words.
Yeah, because I know it's kind of easy. Like, hey, I need to chill good. I'd like to have a nice, what I want to do Memorial Day weekend? Cook out. Just like the rest of us here, but yeah. Awesome.
Once you stop doing things, you cease to exist.
You get old.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear you. Although there's days I'm like, I want to sit a minute.
Yes, sir.
James, I always appreciate it. We'll see you next time for and anything else, of course, school related, school board, whatever, anything else. Let us know. We'll make it happen.
And thank you for your time.
Anytime. All right, it is 7:40. Let us pause for news. Your Kim Commando update. Things to pay for my lunch. We call them commercials. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Senators have left Washington for their holiday break without voting on roughly $70 billion to fund immigration enforcement. They leave town amid Republican disagreement over a $1.8 billion fund to compensate those who claim they're the victims of lawfare waged by the Biden Department of Justice. All eyes are on Secretary of State Rubio as he addresses a NATO foreign ministers meeting in Sweden. The secretary says a peaceful solution of the standoff with Cuba's communist regime is looking less likely, although he says the administration would prefer a diplomatic solution. He was a husband, a father, and a NASCAR champ. Kyle Busch has died at just 41 years of age. On Wall Street this morning, Dow futures 331 points higher. NASDAQ futures are up 111 points. More details, srnnews.com.
SpaceX just filed to go public. The ticker SPCX, NASDAQ, and the numbers are wild. I'm Kim Commando for LinkedIn. Join 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. First quarter revenue, $4.69 billion. First quarter loss, $4.28 billion. So they're spending faster than they're earning by a lot. The accumulated deficit sits at $41 billion. That's not a typo. And Elon Musk controls 85% of the voting power. Class B shares give him 10 votes to your 1. The filing even grants SpaceX controlled company status. That means they don't have to maintain a majority independent board. This is the most hyped IPO since, well, everything Musk touches. Sentiment will drive the early price, not the fundamentals. My prediction, SPCX will become the most volatile stock on the market from day one. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. For small businesses, every hire matters. A bad hire costs you time, money, and momentum you can't afford to lose. But a great hire, they can change everything. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It screens candidates for you, so you're spending time talking to people who are actually a great fit. I know firsthand how time-consuming hiring can be. You're running a business and wearing a dozen hats. You do not have the time to sort through hundreds of applications just to spot that one right person. Posting a job is easy. It's the finding, connecting, and screening applicants that you just don't have time for. LinkedIn Hiring Pro handles it all for you, writing the job description, finding top candidates, even conducting AI-powered first interviews. Hire right the first time. Join the 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Get started by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. Check it out now while you're thinking about it. Go to linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good through the holiday weekend. Very warm temperatures coming up. 90 to 95 on the afternoon high today and sunny. Overnight looks clear. Lows in the mid-50s, and then we're in the upper 80s and low 90s on Saturday, and we'll keep the sunshine. Saturday night, clear and mid-50s, right around the 90-degree mark on Sunday, and Memorial Day, we get sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Hey, time to look to see how the NMMI Broncos junior college baseball team did over this past season. Not bad, 38-20 overall, and the Broncos were 22-14 in conference. Made it to the postseason, but lost 2 out of 3 to Weatherford College on the road. That was the Region 5 playoff. It was the best of 3 series, and the Broncos lost the first 2 games. Javier Yepes Galindo led the Broncos with 19 home runs for the season. His teammate Maceo Maldonado Baez got on the board with 70 RBIs to lead the team there. And on the pitching side, Hyunwook Lee was 8-1 with 105 strikeouts and an ERA right around 4, just over that, 4 runs per game. Congratulations for a good season for all you guys. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Higher fuel prices resulting from the Iran war and other inflationary pressures are making most forms of travel costlier this Memorial Day holiday weekend as people put the finishing touches on their plans. Despite domestic airfares being up 53% since a year ago, a record number of Americans are gearing up for travel. A record-breaking 45 million Americans are expected to travel for Memorial Day weekend. That's according to AAA. Kroger is preparing significant price reductions across its stores as new Chief Executive Officer Greg Foran seeks to regain market share from competitors, Walmart, Costco, and Aldi. U.S. applications for unemployment benefits for the week ending May 16th fell by 3,000 to 209,000. That's according to the Labor Department. The benchmark 30-year fixed-rate mortgage rate rose to 6.51% from 6.36% last week. That's according to mortgage buyer Freddie Mac. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hey, Roswell, whatever you have planned this weekend, cancel it. Because Roswell Ford is having our biggest Memorial Day weekend sales event in our history. This Friday, Saturday, and Monday, Memorial Day. Yes, you heard right. We are open Memorial Day for the best deals of the year on all new Fords and quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. During this 3-day event, get massive discounts with employee pricing for all on our entire lineup of new Fords and get top dollar for any trade. Stuck in your loan or lease? Roswell Ford wants to get you released, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford with huge American-made savings this Friday, Saturday, and Monday, Memorial Day, during our biggest Memorial Day weekend sales event ever. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Employee pricing excludes Raptor Series, 2026 Super Duties, Lariat Package, and up. 2025 and 2026 Transit Wagon. Standard exclusions and final pay units. Sale ends 5/31/26.
Hello, Chaves County. Charles Eastless, Chaves County Undersheriff and candidate for sheriff. I have approximately 28 years of law enforcement experience, with the last 8 of those years serving as your Chaves County Undersheriff. As the Undersheriff, my job is to run and oversee the day-to-day operations of the Chaves County Sheriff's Office. There is no better training and experience for sheriff than to be the Undersheriff. I'm asking for your vote on June 2nd, Charles B. Eastless, to keep this dedicated team. Eastless Sheriff, Harrington Undersheriff.
Paid for by the committee to elect Charles B. Eastless, Chaves County Sheriff. Janet Garcia, Treasurer.
Fly smarter from Roswell with United Airlines. United connects you to the world with twice daily flights to Denver International Airport. From there, connect almost anywhere. United offers complimentary programs for all businesses, small, medium, and large, packed with perks like tier status matching, free tickets through Perks plus discounts on group travel, meetings, and everyday business trips. Learn more at united.business. Fly ROW with always free parking. United Airlines, connecting people, uniting the world.
As your old appliances come out of hibernation, it may be time to send some out to pasture. So Bush Appliance in Roswell is spring cleaning out the warehouse, and that means you save big on freezers, refrigerators, washers and dryers, new dishwashers, ranges, cooktops, and full kitchen packages, even custom kitchen and bath cabinetry. So spring clean away your old problems and get to the spring warehouse clearance at Bush Appliance. 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell, Southeast New Mexico's home for appliances and cabinetry since like a real long time.
This summer, enjoy outdoor family fun with seamless Wi-Fi, now available from Plateau. Great news, Roswell. Construction on Zone 39 is officially complete. Save on the speed you need with Plateau. Switch today and get reliable, blazing fast speed to stream more, game more, and surf more than ever before. Plus consistent billing and no data caps. And with Plateau, you'll save more too. Call 1-877-PLATEAU or log on to plateautel.com today. Plateau. Tried. True. Trusted.
It's almost time for the 90th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, July the 31st to August the 8th in Lovington, New Mexico. And get ready for the hottest entertainment in the Southwest. July 31st, the Hispanic Heritage Celebration with Mi Banda El Mexicano and Chiquis Rivera. August the 4th, after PRCA Extreme Bulls, it's the Logan Ryan Band and Baker Blankenship. Wednesday, August the 5th, Faith and Family Night with Crowder. August the 6th, Tough Enough to Wear Pink with Ernest. August the 7th, celebrate America's heroes with John Morgan and Chase Wright. August the 8th, Volunteer Appreciation Night featuring Old Dominion. The Lee County Fair and Rodeo, July the 31st through August the 8th in Lovington, New Mexico. For tickets and info, go to leecountyfair.net. Hats off to 90 years.
Spring is here, and Fulkerson has a few spring HVAC tips to help you get ready. Check for uneven temperatures from room to room. Replace your filter and pay attention to sounds that your unit makes. A professional spring checkup helps catch these issues early.
And with the right fit membership from Fulkerson, you can rest assured knowing your unit is ready. With biannual maintenance and a reduced dispatch fee, even in the middle of the night. Call 575-319-9984 to find out more. Fulkerson Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Roswell and surrounding areas.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. After a long day, the world finally slows down. Sink into a power recliner that knows exactly what you need. Smooth, effortless motion. Plush support that melts away the stress in a moment that is just yours. Because you've earned more than just a seat. You've earned a place to unwind. You deserve to come home to comfort. Come down to Glenn's on Union in Alameda, where we've been providing comfort and free delivery since 1953.
Artesia General Hospital presents expert advice for a healthy spring. Seasonal transitions can affect your immune system and respiratory health. Combat allergies by monitoring pollen forecasts and using prescribed treatments consistently. Increase physical activity gradually to avoid strain after a less active winter. Prioritize hydration and balanced nutrition, focusing on fresh produce rich in antioxidants and vitamins. Spring is also an ideal time for preventive screenings and annual checkups. Early detection remains one of the most powerful tools in healthcare. Healthy habits this season build a foundation for wellness all year long. Healthy Tips, proudly presented by Artesia General Hospital. Ready to help take care of you and your family.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:52. Got a few minutes here before news at the top of the hour here. So I was, during the break there, I talked with James, and then we talked a little bit more. He'd got someone on the phone, and we're talking a little bit more about the veterans I guess, memorial that they're putting out there on Monday here, that they're dedicating on Monday. Kind of this memorial, veterans that, like James was saying, that are unclaimed. So when they pass, they don't have any family to claim them. So I'm going to take a guess. Most of these are like homeless veterans that were homeless when they died. We knew they're veterans, but there's no next of kin or anybody family to get a hold of, so their remains were unclaimed. So this is a place where they're going to put those individuals. And so that's sorry, I turned you on there. And so they're going to do that, dedicate that as part of their Memorial Day services on Monday, which I thought was pretty cool. So there's a little bit more information about that. But again, that all begins at 10 a.m. on Monday. But if you get out there to South Park at 7 a.m. Saturday, help out with flags. And then 10 a.m. Monday for the Memorial Day ceremony there too. So,
yeah, should be definitely a good time to memorialize and pay honor to those we lost.
Yeah. Now going in the other direction altogether, I finally finished watching The Boys. I've seen it all. Like I've seen and I thought they ended it well for someone that watched the series and what it is. They gave it an ending that was satisfactory to me.
Right.
I'm sure people that are the comic book nerds or the whatever and the deep dive into this, the whole universe, they probably are shooting holes all through it.
That's one of the problems with being a fan of a show is you expect too much from it.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't do exactly the thing that you expect it to do, it's going to be underwhelming.
Right. And so I've seen a lot of that online with the stuff, but I to be honest, I was telling somebody, I think it was you guys, I said the people that needed to get got, and the people that shouldn't didn't get for the most part.
I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday on the air, but
and that's kind of the way the movie or the show ends.
And I think that like you had said, they left it open for for a spin-off, and in doing some research yesterday, you had found that they said that the next series is Vault Rising. Yeah. The Boys Vault Rising, I think is. And
they have their Gen V spinoff, which is like the college for the soups.
Right.
And matter of factly, if you do watch the last season of The Boys, some of the cast from Gen V do play a role in the wrap-up of The Boys last season there.
You know, they could do a spinoff and have like Dewey.
Yeah.
But just like making like food on like a YouTube series and call it Soup and a Sandwich.
You know what I did? I don't know if you've gotten to a point where you remember this character, and I don't remember his name, but he's the superhero, the holy roller guy. He's the televangelist superhero.
I think, he got kind of introduced at the end of the last episode of that I was watching.
Yes.
So I think I know the one you're talking about.
After watching the whole series and all of that, after reading stuff, it just dawned on me who that actor is. I did not recognize him until, that is him. Daveed Diggs, the guy that was in Sesame Street. He was also one of the main characters in the that train show. The one where
Shining Time Station?
No.
Oh, Thomas the Tank Engine?
No. It's a serious show. The one where the planet is they're all living on the train.
You're right. You're talking about,
I keep wanting to say Train Spotting. That's not it. It's the movie.
Daveed Diggs. Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
pull up his IMDb page. Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer. Thank you. But I did not recognize him at first because like every other time he had A, long hair, but B, he looked kind of skinny or kind of like he looks jacked.
Okay, I'm gonna put him in perspective for anybody who's seen Hamilton. This is gonna
he was Hamilton.
Audience,
yes, I forgot about Hamilton.
He was Marquis de Lafayette.
I forgot he was in Hamilton. Yes,
there you go.
Sorry, I'm not that.
Yeah, I was never super into the Hamilton thing.
I did see it once, and I said,
I'm
good. But I watched it on Disney Plus once or something back when it first came out, and I'm good after that. But anyway, yeah, I just didn't recognize. But I think it's more because he was jacked up. Like I'm not used to seeing him big like that. I was thinking he was more frail. That's not the right word. Just skinnier.
Yeah, just not as jacked.
Yeah. I just. But then I was like, it is Daveed Diggs.
He keeps himself busy. He was Johan Johnson on Blackish for like 11 episodes. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I never watched any of the mixed Blackish. I mean, there's like 7 different versions of that show, right?
I mean, ish.
Yeah, ish. I never watched any of the issues.
That's interesting. I'm definitely gonna get caught up on that. But I was thinking about it's like in the pantheon of series finales. I couldn't really put my finger on one that everybody was just outright satisfied with. I mean, okay, sure. If you go back to like back in the day, the MASH finale seemed like it was relatively satisfying. But like my personal favorite series finale is Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And the way they set it up, the cinematography of it, the way it pans out over the course of the day, it felt satisfying. It felt fulfilling. It answered all the questions I wanted it to.
Sure.
But it's one of the most divisive series finales in history. Same thing goes with like Dexter, Game of Thrones. You name a series that had an actual closing series finale, the fan base just did not like it.
Well,
Stranger Things is the latest example of it.
You forgot the Moab of those.
Oh.
The Sopranos.
Oh, yeah.
People were straight up livid at the ending of Sopranos.
Well, it turns out when you have a whole story and then you cut to black in mid-sentence.
Well, and you strung along for like 20 years. Even though there's like 6 seasons of that show, it took like 20 years to get all 6. Like literally, the kids were like toddlers when that thing started, and they were like in their 30s by the end of that show.
The joke I heard...
We got like a few seconds.
I know. The joke I heard was they couldn't afford the rest of that royalties to that song, so they had to cut it off there. Don't stop.
Journey's like, that's all you get.
We'll give you a taste.
I think he got, but that's, even the stupid writers cryptic about this day, they did a whole documentary interview about it and still don't know the answer.
Right.
All right, it's 8 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. I'm trying not to sneeze.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The head of the World Health Organization says the Ebola outbreak in Congo is spreading rapidly and poses a very high risk within that country. The UN Health Agency has revised its assessment of the risk inside Congo from high to very high. The risk remains high for a regional spread but low at global levels. President Trump says the U.S. will be sending an additional 5,000 troops to Poland. The move comes as 5,000 American troops are withdrawn from Germany. Secretary of State Rubio is talking about U.S.-Cuba policy and what might come next.
Trump administration officials have previously alluded to the possibility of military action against Cuba, but Marco Rubio's latest remarks will take on added weight after the murder charges leveled against Raul Castro. Casting doubt on a diplomatic outcome, Mr. Rubio said the Trump administration was both very serious and very focused on changing the Cuban regime. His comments follow a build-up of U.S. military might in the region, with the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier and 3 escort warships arriving in the Caribbean Sea in recent days.
And that's the BBC's Joel Gunter in Washington. Secretary of State Rubio's in Sweden now to address NATO foreign ministers meeting there. President Trump has blasted the alliance for not lending a hand in the Iran war. There's also a good deal of uncertainty about the future U.S. role in the NATO alliance. Democratic National Committee Chair Ken Martin has released a study. It's critical of the party's performance in the 2024 campaign. Among other things, a so-called autopsy cites a persistent inability or unwillingness to listen to all voters. Looks like a soggy holiday weekend in store across the east and the southeast, mostly sunny and dry across a good part of the west and the Midwest. NASCAR icon Kyle Busch has died. He was 41. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
When it comes to the right to strike.
The International Court of Justice was asked in 2023 by the International Labour Organization to settle an internal dispute over whether one of the UN agency's conventions gives workers the right to strike. Now the UN's top court has issued a landmark advisory opinion that says the right to strike is protected by a cornerstone labour treaty. Advisory opinions aren't legally binding but carry significant weight. The decision could have a worldwide impact on labour regulation by enshrining the right to strike in labour standards and international trade agreements. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The official overseeing the U.S. brokered Gaza ceasefire is urging the UN Security Council to use every means at its disposal to press Hamas to disarm, warning that every act of violence in the Palestinian territory risks unraveling the agreement. News and analysis, townhall.com. The NASCAR world, that includes fans and fellow drivers alike, are mourning the passing of 41-year-old Kyle Busch. The legendary NASCAR driver died just hours after being hospitalized with a severe illness.
Other drivers have been reacting with shock on social media. Busch is a two-time Cup Series champion who won more races than anyone across NASCAR's 3 national series. He'd reportedly been struggling with a sinus cold and on May 10th radioed his crew at Watkins Glen to request a doctor meet him after the race. He went on to win the Truck Series at Dover Speedway on May 15th. His family, Richard Childress Racing, and NASCAR issued a joint statement on his death, saying our entire NASCAR family is heartbroken by the loss. I'm Jennifer King.
Wall Street is open higher this morning. Right now, the Dow is up 329 points. The Nasdaq trading 153 points higher, and the S&P 500 index better by 43. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What
in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. The Deuce. Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
3-day weekend for many, many of us.
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Graduations all
That's right.
going on. Of course, really they fired up like a week ago, but this is kind of the big crescendo of graduations this weekend with Crucial University last night, Goddard this evening, and Roswell High tomorrow.
Have you seen any of the, and every time I see it, it warms my heart a little bit. There's not much that I see these days that makes me go, like, you know that one clip of Zach Galifianakis where he's just going, yeah, man. There's been a wave of videos posted of graduation commencement speeches.
Yeah, it is the season.
Of course, but several of them, the commencement speaker is extolling the benefits and the glories of artificial intelligence.
Oh, I've seen that.
To a wave of boos.
Right, he's basically saying, you guys are just not having a job because computers are going to take it all.
This lady was giving the commencement for
good luck to you
for graduates from an arts and humanities program.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to hate this. Like,
right.
Hey, you, we'll see you at the unemployment line.
It basically, because to me, I'm hearing it, I'm like, you just went to college for 4 years. Mm-hmm. Should have been a trade school.
Probably should have learned how to deliver a prompt.
Maybe you should have learned a trade.
Yeah, but the ultimate, and I don't remember what the school is.
Yeah.
There was some college that decided that it was instead of, okay, I know it's a complicated process getting through all the names, making sure everything gets, said right.
Mm-hmm.
So this university thought, let's plug all of our information into this AI program and let's have this AI read out the students' names. Okay?
Uh-oh.
By the end of, or right around the middle, the dean of students essentially had to come back out on stage because a riot had essentially erupted because names were mispronounced.
Oh, yeah.
Names were skipped. Names were said out of order. And people who have worked graduations know how important the order is other than among anything else.
And the order and the pronunciation.
Right.
It's the one time that you're honoring this person, and it's the wrong moment to be.
It's the culmination of
John
all of their work.
What?
Yeah.
It's not the time to butcher the name.
And if you've ever tried to listen to an AI YouTube video, there's very distinct ways to sometimes they'll hallucinate and you'll hear them just say words that aren't words,
yeah.
But other times it's notorious, especially when you're hearing because I've been watching a lot of gear videos, and it's basically they just go and get the description off the website or Amazon and have the AI read it. Sometimes there's periods where there shouldn't be periods, and it makes the AI stop, take a natural pause, and then start a sentence with the word that's supposed to go with the word that ended the line. This ground. Breaking devices, and it'll go like that, and that's a very clear.
God
I'm
forbid
sure
you
there
abbreviate
was.
something.
I'm sure there was so much of this for any student that, God forbid, had a name with initials in it.
Sure.
Oh, B. Albrighty, or something like that.
And I imagine it probably botches some of the names with a lot of vowels, and it went a soft A instead of hard A or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily know, like, if we put a B there with a period, then it's not B.
When you put these two letters together, it comes with a tang sound.
Apparently, nobody ran Schoolhouse Rock through the language learning model.
Yeah.
Nobody never saw conjunction junction.
Put your function.
But yeah, it's been borderline heartwarming because it's just seeing everybody turn against it.
I need to changing gears with staying gears because the conjunction junction, the guy who sang that, is he famous?
No.
Because I feel like that voice sounds like it should be famous.
What's weird is there's certain
times... And I don't know
times...
if it's just because I heard it so much as a kid that it's ingrained in my head or what.
There's certain times that other people in my life, ask me a question, and there's a voice in my head going, you came to the right place.
I know.
Because I watched a literal breakdown of this. The guy was a famous like blues and doo-wop singer back in the 50s.
Okay.
He started working with ABC, and these interstitials, it was all part of the initiative, it later became the EI program, the Educational Informational Program.
Right.
But basically where the edict was a certain amount of education had to be worked into children's television.
Okay.
A certain number of minutes of your show had to be, which is why you always saw those at the end of G.I. Joe, like, Real American Cares and all that. That's what that was for.
Yep.
But
no one's half the battle.
The conjunction junction, they had space and a break. And they said, okay, we can knock out our entire obligation in one space in this break. Every single one of those songs, from the intro, the Schoolhouse, I used to know it. Schoolhouse Rocky, a chip off the block. Your favorite is Schoolhouse Rock. And then the song, and then the outro, 3 minutes exactly. 3 minutes on the button, because it was the amount of filler that they had, that they'd given up of ad time for their entire run for the children's block. So that's why you got conjunction junction.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't opposed to bringing that kind of stuff back.
I agree.
Sometimes, that was stuff that to this day sticks in my head as a kid, and ingrained.
It is one
grammar.
of those things.
Way better than a school could.
It is one of those things, though, that sort of has to grow up with. Like, we have nostalgic feels to those shows, but the appeal's not there for this generation.
Well, you got to create it. That's why you got to do what they did to us and bring it into us. Like, I learn more about how Bill becomes law from those things than I did.
Right, but I'm just saying,
in school.
Like, for example, like Thomas the Tank Engine, for example. Or, okay, this is an obscure one, but I used to love this PBS show called Shining Time Station.
Yeah.
And it was all about trains and stuff. And they had some Thomas the Tank Engine in there. But it was... I was into the train of it all, but kids today aren't really into trains. My son loves Bill Nye the Science Guy, which I love.
Yeah.
But you have to find something that appeals to him today. And I think that, like, programs like Sesame Street have done a really good job of aging up that core learning.
Yeah. See, and that's probably why that guy's song, because he is the Bill Guy song. He's the conjunction, I'm just a Bill. Yeah, and then conjunction, junction. I mean, it's probably in the same tune.
It was him. It was his. He hired his entire band that he was using from before, brought them back in to do the composition of it all.
If they put out a greatest hits of Conjunction Junction or those ABC Schoolhouse Rock songs, I'll probably buy it.
Yeah.
I'll probably buy it. Why not? All right, let's get the hour going. We're going to get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a few minutes. And then here shortly thereafter, we're going to be joined in studio by Annabelle Barraza. She's the Chief Financial Officer, CFO for Chaves County. She'll give us the good, the bads, and the uglies from the county commission meeting they had earlier. Then later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news and all that, and got a few commercials to play as well, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. But first, let's take a gander at that weather. I think we do have some rain chances, but I think graduations will be A-OK. I think we'll be all right.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good through the holiday weekend. Very warm temperatures coming up. 90 to 95 on the afternoon high today and sunny. Overnight looks clear. Lows in the mid-50s, and then we're in the upper 80s and low 90s on Saturday, and we'll keep the sunshine. Saturday night, clear and mid-50s, right around the 90-degree mark on Sunday, and Memorial Day, we get sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 63 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 78%. Winds at the moment says out of the south at 12. My weed tree's not moving that much, so seems a little calmer. But hey, what do I know? Today we're expecting highs near 90, mostly sunny, no talk of rain. Winds out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, 56 for an overnight low. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. So, in graduation, smooth sailing there for weather-wise. Now, for Saturday, there is a 20% chance at afternoon showers, but mostly sunny and 89. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, no talk of rain. Mostly clear, overnight low 57. Southwest winds 5 miles per hour. It may be kind of like yesterday, where we get that storm hour or two before graduation. It might turn out like that tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe not. It's only a 20%. That's an 80% chance of nothing. So that's all I'm saying. Sunday, we're looking at sunny skies, a high of 92. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Memorial Day on Monday, sunny and 92. But then Monday night and then into Tuesday, our rain chances get pretty good. 60% chance of rain Monday night. Could see some showers, thunderstorms there, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 58. 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms for Tuesday. And it sounds like an all-day job. They're talking morning and afternoon, mostly cloudy, 84 for a high on Tuesday, and then a 20% Tuesday night, and then no talk of rain Wednesday or Thursday of next week. But looks like, I mean, other than that little hiccup there Saturday afternoon, that's the only little burble there. But it might, I hope it worse, it turns out like yesterday, whereas it rained it, before, and then by the time ceremony, everything's copacetic. We'll see. All right, it is 8:16. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we will talk county business on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Kick off summer with the biggest savings event of the year. The Memorial Day Savings Event is on now at Roswell Hyundai. Get a 2026 Hyundai Kona for just 3.94% APR for up to 60 months or up to $1,000 retail bonus cash. 2026 Palisade just 3.99% up to 60 months plus up to $2,000 off select trims. How about a 26 Santa Cruz 4.99% for up to 60 months or up to $1,750 retail bonus cash. Memorial Day savings on now at Roswell Hyundai. 1909 West 2nd.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flantas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
This is Doug Turner, Republican for governor. As a card-carrying life member of the NRA for nearly 20 years, I know the Second Amendment to keep and bear arms isn't a suggestion. It's our right as Americans. When the Democrats tried to pass Senate Bill 17 this year to grab your guns instead of holding violent criminals accountable, conservatives united, and we stopped it. As governor, I'll keep standing strong against all attempts by the progressives in New Mexico to erode your rights. I'm Doug Turner. As the only NRA member in this governor's race, you can count on me to protect your right to defend yourself and your family. That's non-negotiable, and I won't give an inch. We all know crime in New Mexico is out of control, but the answer is to get tough on the violent repeat offenders plaguing our communities, not to take rights away from law-abiding citizens. I'm Doug Turner, and I approve this message because, as President John Adams warned, liberty once lost is lost forever. Paid for by Turner for New Mexico.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
By the way, I used to get those bamboos. I don't know if they still do it, but like, you ever go to like a Chinese restaurant and they used to give you like a bamboo plant sometimes? Died, every one of them. No, they can grow like no bamboo or weed or nothing. But anyway, it is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning, Chaves County's CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Annabelle Barraza in studio this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Well, thank you for joining us. And tell anytime Bill needs a day off, you got this covered. You got this covered.
We got this.
But, of course, actually, you guys have been kind of busy because I know you had like a special meeting a week ago last Thursday, and then your normal county commission meeting yesterday. So I imagine there's probably quite a bit of information we got to get out to folks. So I'll kind of let you spin the wheel and let you start with I don't know, is there anything from last Thursday we want to cover first?
Yeah, so last week we actually had our budget workshop.
Okay.
So that's our public meeting where departments and agencies come to the commission board to speak about their budget requests or any upcoming projects, capital outlay requests, personnel requests.
So is it kind of like their pitch saying, hey, we're going to need a little extra money this quarter or this year, and this is why, kind of thing. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and usually our budget actually the process starts in March. So we kind of start looking at, the trends of revenue or what other impacts we have coming up. As you know, we're still under the remediation for our flood project.
Sure.
So we kind of overlook at everything and kind of sets the tone of, where we're going to be in the following year.
Gotcha.
So our finance committee starts looking at that, determines how much can we actually afford for the following year. And then from there, we start listening to some of the departments. We start receiving agency requests.
Okay.
Of course, the finance committee is only composed of 2 commissioners and some staff. But on the special budget workshop, which is the meeting from last week, that's where the entire board will be able to hear everybody.
Okay, so everybody will get their say.
Yes, everybody will be able to see the full numbers. So last week we presented a budget, and for the overall budget, it was $75,007,458.
Okay.
And so this is the complete financial picture for the county.
That's all the money.
That's everything.
Every fund, every different grant, whatever's money's coming in, that's what it is.
Yes, and all our volunteer fire departments, as you know, we have several throughout the county. We have all of that within that $75 million complete project. We have different agencies in there, restricted funds, the FEMA funds, like I spoke about, like with the flood projects. So that encompasses all of that complete picture.
Gotcha. Is that a lot of that stuff for county? Is that more for like the roads, bridges, the dealing with the actual with the flood damage kind of stuff? Is that where that money's been going, like available for private county?
Right. No.
Stuff?
So for FEMA is only for they call it the public, so it's public projects. So yes, your roads, your bridges,
gotcha.
Even our flood damage.
Now, do you have to prove that the flood damaged for you to use funds for that to fix the road, or can you?
Yes, there's actually a lot of compliance since it's federal money.
Okay, I just didn't know. It's kind of like roofing.
Right.
It's pretty easy to prove that there's some damage, but it was kind of jacked up before. But the hail damage, I didn't know if it was kind of like that. Where the flood finished it off basically.
Right. Yeah. So they go in and do an extensive inspection, and even within our insurance, even currently right now, if you see our chambers, they're taking out the floor and putting new ones in. So it's been already almost 2 years.
Sure.
And they're finally the insurance. So it's kind of a slow process, sometimes a little
So
painful,
even like the private folks are complaining, like, hey, we're kind of dealing. We as a county also are dealing with the
we still
slow.
are. Yeah, and it's still going to be ongoing. I think we hit a lot of the emergency projects right away, especially for those roads that weren't passable. For example, I know the Crooked Creek over here on Berendo, that's already been completed. There's some out in the Dexter area as well. So those were the first kind of major emergency type of projects. Now we're going into more of the remediation. So all of that is kind of encompassed within this big $75 million of what's coming up, at least for this fiscal year of 2027.
Excellent. So fingers crossed and all that. Hopefully we got all these projects. We ain't having to worry about it for the next fiscal year.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't get all your hopes up, but we can hope.
Right. Yeah. And so that's kind of encompassing all, of course, our day-to-day operations and essential public services is also within that.
Sure.
But just kind of extracting that alone for our day-to-day is $48 million.
Okay.
So that alone is for just our elected officials, our actual staff members.
All the employees' salaries, the day-to-day
benefits.
cost of paper, ink, and asphalt and everything that they use to do their jobs each day and all that stuff.
Yes. So for that, essential services budget, it's about $48,100 $48,186,143.
Imagine too, like software and things, because a lot of like the departments probably have specialized proprietary software.
Yes.
That because as a guy in radio, we deal with that a lot. So
Yes,
and it's quite pricey, you know. Because I'm guessing, for instance, there's some kind of software that maintains the schedule for the road and all that, and so there's probably a cost to it. There's some kind of design this whole thing, and you guys utilize that because it saves a lot of time and money. But at the end of the day, the company wants to get paid, so it's stuff like that too that people don't think about so much. It's like at home when you go and download Quicken or something real quick, it's like with a company or something like that, you got to buy the package and it's thousands of dollars, but you get specialized. It's anyway and in the weeds, but stuff like that is also factors into those costs.
That's
too.
correct,
Yeah.
and we actually have a bigger kind of project in a sense. The IT, they're trying to the servers, so. Right now, we have a lot of those that are physically present, and they're trying to get with the cloud, trying to put those because those are more
that
secure.
cloud.
I know. It's so
What's
cool
this cloud
already.
of what you're talking about? Why do I got to pay for cloud?
Yeah, it's just amazing that the type of cost that it comes with those type of IT, but they're needed.
Sure.
especially
Well,
with
and
this
then
modern-
everything you guys do probably adds the level of security to it,
Yes.
especially any entity that carries personal information for people, addresses, billing, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You got to level security up your thing because of the day and age we live in. So, and that costs money, that costs time, that costs it's part of the budget.
Most definitely, yeah, and we certainly want to make sure that we have everything to protect the taxpayers' information. So.
And this is kind of, and so really you're kind of in that stage where we're saying, okay, we're weeding this down to, all right, what do we need? What is legitimate? What is, all right, yeah, but that's not really, we got to push that to a year or something like that. And so you kind of weed that down. So then the next phase, once it's in front of the commission, it's kind of like, all right, we've weeded it down to really what we think is very important. Right. Now you get to go through and add or subtract from there as you see fit. So
yeah, and so that's why really the finance committee, that's kind of the purpose of having the committee, is to kind of really ask, like you're mentioning, like what is absolutely needed, or is this something that could possibly wait for a year? Can we phase it out?
Sure.
Are there another grant opportunity maybe we can go after? Things like that are kind of the questions that are asked.
Sure.
And then from there, it's kind of prepped.
And this is where we tip the hat. Obviously commissions over there have done a great job, the budget, in doing that. But at the end of the day, it's easy for them when the department heads and all the folks that are heading their departments give you honest, real, especially in government work, and when you get into federal, they'll be like, it's use or lose, so I'm going to ask for ridiculousness and everything, or I'll lose it.
Right.
And so, and the county really, you don't. It's like, look, if I need this money, it's because I really need this money. I'm not saying it because I want to squirrel it away or I'm going to lose it, or which unfortunately federal, it does do that a lot. I don't care what administration it is. That's just how federal government works.
No, most certainly. That's one thing we do take pride in, is our department heads really take care of their budget, and they do absolutely ask only for what is needed.
Yeah.
So they actually make our job kind of easy
Absolutely.
in that sense.
So that's why I kind of say, yes, we give commission grant, and absolutely too, but I also want to say, no, that you need to trickle that attaboy on down to the rest of those heads and everything.
And if
too.
there is a potential of them seeing that, they're probably not going to spend the entire budget, thankfully they don't try to, because in the event that they do need a vehicle or like a one-time expense type of thing, we're like, you know what, we can afford it because we're able to have that type of carryover to buy that one-time expense.
Sure, we got the Oops Fund available, or the Rainy Day Fund, and if you don't use it, then it rolls over to the next.
Yeah, and it contributes
still
year. Right, to all of the operations, but as well to any type of.
And I imagine
projects.
there's situations too where we're good, but road department needs extra money, so we can slide some from this department over here because and so it gives, and vice versa too. If the shoe is on the other foot, it can work, and they do work well. Yes. On that and that makes it a whole lot easier instead of making it cutthroat, which really it's hard to explain. But federal government, just growing up in D.C. and my parents working for, I just know exactly how all that works. Yeah. And it literally is. They'll be like, no, you better. And it's literally same with like when I was in the military. You're like, well, I got to buy this house because if not, I'm going to get less money in my paycheck each month. And so no, I got to buy the bigger house. It's kind of like real estate when you see like around Alamogordo and stuff. That's why people pay top dollar for rental units when a military base. Kind of the whole big picture on that kind of stuff. So.
Right. No, yeah. And like I mentioned, we're very fortunate that our departments really do take care of their budget. As you mentioned, all these years we've been able to really be, and so now with these emergency projects, like I spoke about, some of it FEMA will cover, but there's still that 25% match, or some of it they were like, you know what, this isn't compliant with federal guidelines. So then the county is able to say, you know what, it's an emergency. We need to use our reserves to do it. And so that's where it's really helped also, is to address those emergency type of projects.
Sure. And I'm taking a guess, too, that there's people turning over rocks that, okay, we can't go through FEMA, but maybe on the back end through the state or through some other area we can make up that on the back end somewhere.
Yeah, most certainly. We actually just closed out about 10 grants this past fiscal year. And we're already going to receive 5 more in the upcoming year. So we're very excited about that. We have a great team that's constantly looking for opportunities, and as well as making sure, hey, where are we at on these projects, trying to move them along so that we can hurry and make those projects successful, of course, but then also to close them out. So the state sees that, and so that gives us, those kudo points like, hey, you're doing a good job. Okay, we can keep giving you more. So
absolutely.
We've been very, very blessed in that.
That's the beauty of if you mind your P's and Q's, they tend to let you, good things come. It's when Santa Fe is not over your shoulder looking at all your stuff, you kind of and you be responsible. So it's not so bad. Yeah. But the moment you have to let Big Daddy come in to look over your books, that's when it gets a little.
That's whenever
So when you have a track record of being well behaved or having good fiscal sound decisions and making sure the unlike everybody else, it actually does balance. Our bosses don't have to make their budgets balance, but we do. It's kind of one of those. But anyway, another story, another day here. What's some other stuff we want to kind of highlight here? We got about 15 minutes, I know, before you've got some other engagements to get to.
So as you mentioned, last week we had our budget workshop, and so nothing was approved. Nothing was, it was just a public hearing, really.
Just kind of a brainstorming or a fine. It's not that loose, but
kind of an informational too for the commission to be able to ask questions and get to know the budgets the department needs a little bit better.
Get educated.
Yes. And yesterday was the actual commission meeting where, that specific budget was presented and approved. So we have a functional budget, if you will, by July 1st.
Very good.
And then the final budget will come up in July. And so sometimes there's amendments there. We'll have last minute things that we didn't know we were going to have. Or certain other things are looked at once the books are closed, and then we are able to actually afford something else. Then at that point, those kind of amendments come up in July.
And if I remember correctly, and if I'm wrong on this, I know you guys will have everything ready, but in actuality, what happens most of the time, July 1st hits, y'all are done and ready to go, but Santa Fe officially hasn't said Dominus Ominous on your budget yet, giving their blessing. And so there is sometimes that limbo here due to no fault of the counties here.
Correct.
And so that does happen. And I mean, is that...
Yeah,
and but then you guys do have a plan for that too, don't you? And it's like, okay, well... we're done here, but we're kind of so is it like a limbo fund, or how does that work?
Well, that's what the interim budget is kind of for.
Okay.
It's just to kind of cover those type of weeks until the final budget is approved by commission and then by DFA.
Sure.
So that allows us to be able to go ahead and keep going, keep business as usual, or to be able to move forward with some of those things that were approved. And then once we have final cash numbers, once we know final amendments, we send that up to DFA. Of course, they ask, well, why are you changing all this stuff? Which we give them the justification, and here it is. Here's the proof of why. And then from there, it's usually around August timeframe. So you're right. It takes a little bit for them to approve it.
Again, it's part of that thing I was talking about. Do as I say, not as I do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But, at least the interim budget, it will help us to continue. Business does not stop. It continues going.
We don't have to have government shutdowns and all the stuff you see on the federal.
We don't do any of that. We definitely keep going. And so that's what the interim budget is kind of like, a placeholder in a sense to kind of, this is our budget, but our final numbers will be coming soon.
Sure.
So we can keep going as usual.
Yeah. She was curious, because from your perspective as the CFO here, how often is it common that when it does get to the point where you're at the point where the commissioners are looking and kind of signing, how much impact do the commissioners, and I'm not like specific who this, but just overall in your time, has it been, once you get to that stage, is it pretty much a sign-off thing, or do the commissioners on the time say, no, I want to change this, or I want to change? I mean, how often does that happen once you get to that
to the
final commission meeting, basically.
Right. So, no, they still do, especially our finance committee, we still meet right before, and we look at, what the final numbers were. Because, as I mentioned, it starts in March. We start looking at trends.
Sure.
And so by July, we'll say, hey, these trends
you've kind
were
of wielded
right.
it down pretty good,
Or they weren't. And so at that point, it's still kind of impactful because they look at that and determine, was that the right decision?
It is the final time. It's like, all right, we got. Did we double check it? All right, we're good.
And it's kind of like I tell everybody, a budget's really a plan. So we just kind of guess and we kind of have to estimate based off of trends, based off of. We're always.
So I got to ask, like, for you and your department, like at the end of the year and it's like really close, do y'all like, we nailed it? Like, is there a number you're like down to the penny, down to you're like, is there like I ain't gonna lie, my office, all right, let's have bets. Let's see how close we're gonna be. 100 off, 1,000 off, million off. What are we gonna do here? And they put those numbers up there. And at the end of the year, how'd we do?
Did we do right? Did we guess that correct?
I mean, just a little fun, office fun. I know gambling's not encouraged in an office pool, but that'd be kind of. I don't know if you guys do that kind of stuff. We just because I imagine you're all like, I want to know how close we got.
And, we want to know were those trends correct or
like when sports people get all into this is the numbers, folks. This is what gets them excited.
This is what's exciting for us. It's our sport.
Exactly. So I know they kind of peacock around. Look at that.
Right.
I almost nailed it.
I almost guessed it right. Yeah. No. Certainly. No. Yeah. We do. We like to look at it and see if were those right on track.
Sure.
Did we look into the future correctly? Kind of type. So yeah, we certainly do.
Good deal.
But no, we will. We'll have our finance committee look at it, and then we'll see from there in July.
So after yesterday's meeting, now it's ready to go to Santa Fe, pretty much.
Right. So right now, we do have the interim budget approved. We'll send it up to DFA, let them know, look, this is our interim. This is what you can expect to see in the final, along with some changes. And so from there, they still formally accept it up there in DFA. They usually do that one pretty quick.
That one they're a little more.
Yeah, that one they're a little bit more quick because they know we have to have it before July 1st.
That is a time-sensitive one.
Very time-sensitive, most certainly. So.
Good.
But yeah, so that was presented yesterday and approved. And then we also had some other items on the agenda. We had a proclamation. Ornell Fuller, he was a very big,
long-time Chief
impact.
Fuller.
Yes, he was our. In the proclamation, they talked about how he was our Santa Claus in Midway. And it's true, those are kind of the childhood memories I even have of seeing him on the fire truck.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was a very big loss for our community. But,
the Fuller family is very much involved in the county in many different levels, not in the fire world, and of course the clerk's office.
The character counts
absolutely
program.
Character counts the Fuller family is, but Ornell was kind of the granddaddy of them all.
He was, and so our condolences go out to the Fuller family. But they made a proclamation, recognized him. They made a full week of Ornell Fuller, and so that was really, really good. To see. Certainly, his family will pass on the legacy.
Yeah.
I think they're
all
also
servants of the community, or the whole family is,
very
and
much
so. It does not surprise me that the rest of the family is very much like Orwell.
Like Ornell,
Ornell and the Fuller family there.
Yes, most certainly. So we had that proclamation yesterday, and then from there we had several other different agreements, resolutions that came up. We're going to have a new medical facility in our detention center.
Okay.
That's a very big part of the operations from day to day. We still have to provide medical to inmates out there.
And it's the detention center, which means it's all got to be encompassed. You can't just send them to the hospital, send them here. It's all got to be done in-house.
In-house, yes. And so that's a very big part. And so we had to go out for an RFP this year. And so we were able to go ahead and award and contract somebody. Actually, they're from Texas, but they have several different contracts here in New Mexico. So they're very well known. They've actually been at our facility years ago.
This is what they do is healthcare in institutions like this. So,
yes, that's definitely their specialty. Gotcha. Not our specialty, so we're glad to find a professional in that.
That's what smart people do. Is you pay the people who know how to do it to do the thing to do it right.
Yes. So we look forward to working with them. They'll start July 1st at our detention center.
Excellent. Very good.
We also had a local DWI grant agreement.
Okay.
So we have the big DWI program.
Yeah.
Ellie Holland is the director of that. She's the coordinator. And so she presented that yesterday. And
will that
commission
meticulate
approved
down
it.
into like the every 15-minute stuff and all that?
This specific DWI, so she has two. She has a distribution which comes from excise tax of alcohol sales.
Okay.
And then this local DWI is more of a grant for the DWI program. So whatever the distribution won't cover, she can apply for more funds. And so, unfortunately, though, it seems like every year the excise tax keeps going down. So some of these grants keep getting cut. So this specific grant covers a full-time treatment provider.
Okay.
And so she...
so this is more than education. This is actual...
Oh, most certainly.
Repair or physical tool stuff. Yeah.
Yes, it covers all the different areas prevention, which with every 15-minute program.
Sure.
It's part of the prevention umbrella, if you will.
Well, and it works, folks. I mean, the numbers, I'm not saying they're where we need to be, but if you look at the numbers historically, since in the last 30 years they've been harping about drinking and driving and all that, those numbers have gone down significantly.
Yeah. And in our program, we have a really close-knit board, on the DWI.
Oh, they do an amazing job.
They do. They really do.
Every year I talk with the 15-minute stuff because, and it's one of the things because I'm the DJ that has to talk. And you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I'm like, I tell people things. And so they literally tell me like a month out on the every 15 minutes. And so it's all secretive. And I'm like, and I know like, what's going to be a Goddard high? And I'm like, I know, but I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah, I know.
So that's like, I'm really not the best guy at keeping secrets for a month on this kind of stuff. But that one I have to do every year.
Yeah. No, and it's, to try to kind of have that impact for the kids, of course. And so I know that's something that, even as the parents, it's kind of, traumatizing in that sense of having you have a high schooler, and it really just kind of brings it home to where you're like,
the families that are chosen and are participating through the whole process. It impacts every single one of them. Every one of them, from the parents to the kids,
to the teachers,
and the people. Everyone in that person's life gets impacted.
Right. So,
when you're literally at your kid's funeral and they create all that and it's just in the jail, the morgue, the whole thing. It's just a lot to take in.
Yeah, they go through the whole thing. And so that is a big part of the DWI program. But for this, the grant that was approved yesterday, it was more for the treatment. So it's more to be able to provide treatment and those type of counseling services.
Perfect.
So that is what was covered yesterday on that. We also have new auditors coming in. So talking about the budget on the flip side, we provide the budget of what we're going to spend, and then we have another person coming in and making sure we spent it right.
Dotting the I's and crossing the T's and all that, yeah.
And so we have a new contractor that will be coming in also for the new year to audit these current services. So that was approved yesterday
and I know you guys, because it's one of those things, obviously your whole department sweats that because that's what it is. But because they do an amazing job. Yeah. I mean, they always will find something because that's what they do.
Right.
They that's what they do.
Yeah.
But usually I'm pretty sure they're nitpicking at that point for most of your stuff. And
They do. It's we had a commissioner say that, we really pay them good money to torture us. So that's exactly what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah. But again,
it's needed.
That's what makes, at the end of the day.
Right.
It's kind of like the gym thing, no pain, no gain. Financial, if you're not testing yourself, if you're not seeing where all those things, you can't ensure that you're doing the best you can for the taxpayer.
Exactly, and that shows that accountability, and that safeguard that we do have. So no, by all means, the torture's a good thing.
Yes.
It's a good
thing.
But
yes, no one likes someone over their shoulder, nitpicking their job.
Yeah, why did you do it this way? Yeah, most certainly. And then another item we had, we're actually talking about grants, we received a grant for $160,000, and this is for the Midway Joy Center.
Okay.
So, we have different locations throughout the county, and we do own that building. Now, the operations we don't oversee ourselves directly for the Joy Centers, but we do lease them the building to be able to provide those services.
Okay.
And so right now we got a grant to be able to remodel because there's a lot of things that are probably need to be addressed.
Sure.
And so we have that coming up, and we're going to start, already looking for a contractor to start looking at those remodels. But that was approved yesterday as well.
Excellent.
So we'll have that money kind of coming in. And then we also had a policy passed for the Cultural Plaza as well as any other venues that we have that the county can, allow to use for events or public educational programs, things like that. As you know, the Lawn House has been used historically for a lot of events.
So we're thinking some of that will shift to the cultural plaza.
Yes, and we had a big grand opening. I believe it was May 7th that we had it.
About 2 weeks or a week ago here. We had the big grand opening.
It was a great success. We actually had a group out there to kind of test out to see how it will sound.
A little sampling of food and music and everything.
There you go,
and a mini party.
There you go. Kind of a preview of what this would look like.
Kind of a housewarming party.
There you go. Yeah, housewarming party for the future events that we'll have out there. And we actually just met with 3 agencies. We went with RAW. We met with Main Street Roswell.
Right.
And we also met with the Hispano Chamber of Commerce. So,
well, all these entities are at some point or another probably going to be part of that thing.
Yes.
Obviously, the potential for UFO festivals, for things over there, and the fact that it does have a like a corral and things, so you can, like, if you want to have a charged event or do something, you have a way to funnel people in and out and do all that.
And right now, our policy actually won't allow for a charged event for right now, because
but down the road or
year,
something,
maybe, and
then of course if at some point they allow beer gardens or something like that, and you can control the age thing and all that.
Right. Right now, the policy is just strictly allowing for public events, just because this was used by taxpayer money, obviously, to be able to do it, and so we wanted to kind of give that opportunity to see first how it will do just with public events.
But I'm thinking for instance, I know you got to go here, so we got to wrap this up. But do you think maybe the farmers market that Main Street does, that might move down to that area or something like that?
And I know right now when we spoke to Main Street Roswell, so far right now, I think they want to still focus it on the lawn right now.
They want that visibility thing.
They really
it does work. That. You see a lot of people out there looking at stuff. You're like, what's going on? And as long as you don't crash your car, they pull over.
Yeah, I think right now, but I mean, if at one time in the future they think they want to shift
they'll do the gig church deals on, especially now during the summer, maybe some of that will shift over there, but who knows?
It could be.
But it's still evolving, but that's what it's going to be.
Most certainly, yeah. It's a great asset, a great investment for our community. Like I mentioned, Main Street Roswell is also looking at probably having the symphony there and having a concert out there. Our Piñata Fest with the Hispano, they're wanting to look at bringing in groups and being able to attract other people from surrounding areas. So I think it's going to be an amazing asset, and like I mentioned, it's going to be great for our taxpayers to be able to go out there and enjoy those events.
All I'm saying is when they're having their jalapeno eating contest, the bathroom's a lot closer right there.
True. That is very true. It'd just be right there.
Oh, good
deal.
So, Annabelle, is there any other information you wanted to cover? Did we pretty much get it all?
No, I think it covered pretty much all. Just really quick, I wanted to mention also about the county annual road hearings applications. Those were also heard yesterday and approved and not approved. Of course, some of them with conditions, like if they wanted to go ahead and add a new road for the county to maintain, they still have to bring it up to par per policy. And so I know that was kind of talked about yesterday. They have so many months, I think it's up until December, to get that up to par. And then at that point, the commission will look at it again. And if it did meet those conditions, then at that point, they'll make the decision of accepting it.
Okay.
I think that's really all of the other items. One big project that we have going on right now that yesterday was mentioned and approved for the ITB is the Zuber Draw site. So, I mentioned the flood project. This is one big one.
This is one of those.
And this is close to $2 million.
Okay.
So this is one big one that was approved. We're still going out for 2 more sites.
Okay.
So that'll be coming up in the next couple of months as well. But those are really the bigger things that kind of happened yesterday.
And then, of course, we always remind folks, if you go to the county website, there's a link. You can go back and watch the meetings there, and you can fast forward and rewind to the exciting parts and the not so exciting parts.
If they have some time, by all means.
Good deal. Excellent. Well, Annabelle's always appreciated. And like I said, tell Bill anytime he needs a break, you got it.
I'll let him know.
Hey, when I'm done fixing all your budget stuff, I'll go handle the public
I'll go
speaking
hang out with
stuff.
Mike. Yeah.
Annabelle, CFO and public. What's the public address or what's the press secretary?
Yes, there you go. I'll be your public secretary.
Very good. Thank you, Annabelle.
Thank you, Mike.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you. You as well.
It is 8:48. I only got you a little late. Sorry, I was trying to get you out of here. Let's pause for news and commercials and some stuff. Don't go away.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Senate Republicans have left Washington for their Memorial Day break without voting on a roughly $70 billion bill to fund immigration enforcement. They're leaving town amid Republican disagreement over a $1.8 billion fund. It would compensate those who claim persecution by the Biden Justice Department. President Trump says the U.S. will send an additional 5,000 troops to Poland. The move comes as 5,000 American troops are pulled out of Germany. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Sweden, where he'll address a NATO foreign ministers meeting. President Trump has blasted the alliance for not lending a hand in the Iran war. Looks like a soggy Memorial Day weekend is in store across the east and the southeast. Mostly sunny and dry conditions expected across much of the west and the Midwest as well. More details at srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory. In the new America, everyone will have an AI personal assistant to handle the little things, like writing thank you notes. Goes like this. Dear Aunt Minnie, or current resident, consider this your pretend but casually believable thank you note from your nephew Scooter in settlement for your recent door-to-door delivery to he house. Nephew Scooter would like to be perceived as grateful in some way for the liquid container of poultry in boiling water, plus the listed carbohydrates as pulled from dirt. Young Scooter wants you to believe somehow that the items held some real meaning in his unremarkable life. Please continue to feel self-satisfied in an abbreviated way for sending these wet provisions without government requirement to do so. Bravo on your behalf, Aunt Minnie, from AI personal assistant to nephew Scooter. This matter is now closed. Yeah, we're gonna need the jaws of life to cut us out of this wreck. But for efficiency, hell, it's hard to beat, I'll give you that. Back when Pluto was a planet and all the cute girls drove Chargers, we didn't have it this good. You could spend all day writing thank you notes and bad checks and try not to blur the lines. Kind of makes you wish you could go back and lie down on the sidewalk right there in your own chalk outline, at least until all the improvements stop. Too late now. Of course, today's AI can be best enjoyed by the candlelight of burning tires. This is your Uncle Otis. I'll see you at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good through the holiday weekend. Very warm temperatures coming up. 90 to 95 on the afternoon high today and sunny. Overnight looks clear. Lows in the mid-50s, and then we're in the upper 80s and low 90s on Saturday, and we'll keep the sunshine. Saturday night, clear and mid-50s, right around the 90-degree mark on Sunday, and Memorial Day, we get sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. A volatile session yesterday. Stocks crossing between the red and the green all day long, but they ended higher. Oil fell as talks to end the conflict in Iran jostled for headlines. The Dow was at a record, Nasdaq and S&P in the green. World's biggest shop, Walmart, reported solid earnings, but warned that rising fuel costs may soon squeeze its business. Walmart was down 7%. John Deere earnings showed that revenue from construction businesses offset weaknesses among the farmers. Deere stock down 5%. Nvidia stock fell about 1.7% after stellar earnings the night before, leaving some to wonder if demand for AI chips really is sustainable. Nvidia was rather overshadowed, I think, by talk of SpaceX and OpenAI's IPOs. Stellantis, the new name for the Dutch owners of Chrysler, Ram and Dodge, announced a $60 billion strategic plan to accelerate growth and profits. The New York Times is reporting that ExxonMobil is positioning to pump oil once again in Venezuela. If that happens, that's a victory for Trump. Meanwhile, the U.S. administration is investing $2 billion in IBM, Big Blue, and other companies to better develop quantum computing, whatever that actually is. IBM up 12%, and Intuit down 20% as it lays off 3,000 workers to prepare for AI. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hey, Roswell, whatever you have planned this weekend, cancel it. Because Roswell Ford is having our biggest Memorial Day weekend sales event in our history. This Friday, Saturday, and Monday, Memorial Day. Yes, you heard right. We are open Memorial Day for the best deals of the year on all new Fords and quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. During this 3-day event, get massive discounts with employee pricing for all on our entire lineup of new Fords and get top dollar for any trade. Stuck in your loan or lease? Roswell Ford wants to get you released, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford with huge American-made savings this Friday, Saturday, and Monday, Memorial Day, during our biggest Memorial Day weekend sales event ever. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Employee pricing excludes Raptor Series, 2026 Super Duties, Lariat Package, and up. 2025 and 2026 Transit Wagon. Standard exclusions and final pay units. Sale ends 5/31/26.
Artesia General Hospital presents Spring Wellness Tips for your family. Longer days and warmer temperatures mean more time outside, and that's great for your health. Encourage outdoor play and daily movement to strengthen hearts and build healthy habits early. Protect your family from spring allergies by keeping medications on hand and limit outdoor exposure during peak pollen hours. Remember sunscreen too. Even in spring, UV rays can cause skin damage. And take advantage of the season to schedule wellness visits, vaccinations, and health screenings. A little preparation helps your family enjoy every beautiful spring day. These tips are presented by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
Hello, Chaves County. Charles Eastless, Chaves County Undersheriff and candidate for sheriff. I have approximately 28 years of law enforcement experience, with the last 8 of those years serving as your Chaves County Undersheriff. As the Undersheriff, my job is to run and oversee the day-to-day operations of the Chaves County Sheriff's Office. There is no better training and experience for sheriff than to be the Undersheriff. I'm asking for your vote on June 2nd, Charles B. Eastless, to keep this dedicated team. Eastless Sheriff, Harrington Undersheriff.
Paid for by the committee to elect Charles B. Eastless, Chaves County Sheriff. Janet Garcia, Treasurer.
The week of June 1st through June 5th, the Country Club Road Church of Christ will hold its annual Vacation Bible School for children 3 years old through the 6th grade. Come and join us from 9 to 11:30 each morning. Our theme this year is Staying on the Right Track in a Troubled World. What a great theme for our world today. The kids are going to learn about how characters in the Bible dealt with difficult themes and stayed true to their faith in God. Your children will learn about Daniel in the lion's den, Queen Esther, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, Mary and Martha's encounter with Jesus, and a paralyzed friend who gets healed. There'll be Bible stories presented by live actors and all kinds of puppet shows and music time and crafts, snacks, and interactive worship time. At Country Club Road, we truly care about the children God places in our care. Our goal is to help them know Jesus and understand the love God has for each of them. We can't wait to see you and your kids there.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Now you have a reason to invite Pitbull to your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. Closing in on 8:58. Stay tuned next hour. We are going to have the new manager for the Roswell Invaders join us here. Of course, tonight they're having a meet and greet night out at the ballpark and want folks to come out there and meet some of the team. Their first game, I believe, is on the 26th. I believe their home opener is on the 29th. So we'll talk some Invader baseball next hour. Hey, you still got time to sign up your children for Camp Invention happening June 1st through the 5th at All Saints Catholic School, 2700 North Kentucky. This is for students entering kindergarten through 6th grade. This is an amazing week-long day camp where they work on these great projects. There's 4 different modules they work on. They all work on really STEAM-related stuff. There's 4 different ones each year, so if you were in years past. Unfortunately, this is going to be their last year here in Roswell. Peggy's retiring and after this year, and so this is the last year for Camp Invention in Roswell, so last opportunity for families to do it. If you go to invent.org/camp, and then there's a link that says find a camp near you, type in Roswell or 88201, 203, whatever, to get us a locator for us. And it'll be the one camp that pops up, and it'll be this camp, and then you can sign up through there. Now, if you need a scholarship for that, there is some discounts if you have multiple children. Like if you enter a SibLove 30 or SibLove 40, you can save discounts on that. But if you contact Peggy direct by reaching her via the phone, 575-420-9955, or email her pbolin, PBOHLIN 2016 @gmail.com. She can help out with bigger scholarships to help out with that. They've got a scholarship fund. I believe the total cost for the camp's like $300, but they can give you some big discounts with the scholarship. But you got to call her and direct to reach out. Again, 575-420-9955, or pbolin, PBOHLIN 2016 @gmail.com. All right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next, and of course we'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump says for decades, American presidents have considered actively intervening in Cuba. But in Mr. Trump's words, it looks like I'll be the one that does it. Secretary of State Rubio says the Trump administration would prefer to resolve differences with Cuba peacefully, but he doubts the U.S. can reach a diplomatic resolution with the island's communist regime. The secretary is in Sweden for a NATO foreign ministers meeting. He says freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz is more important to other NATO members than it is to the U.S., suggesting the allies might want to lend a hand should the U.S. have to force the issue with Iran. President Trump says the U.S. will be sending an additional 5,000 troops to Poland. The move comes as 5,000 American troops are pulled out of Germany. It's a lengthy prison sentence for a Minnesota woman, the center of a massive fraud scandal, ripped off taxpayers to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars.
In what is billed by officials as the largest COVID-19 fraud scheme in the country, Amy Bach has been sentenced to nearly 42 years in prison. Bach ran Feeding Our Future and was convicted in a staggering $250 million fraud case that helped ignite an immigration crackdown in Minnesota by the Trump administration. After the sentencing, authorities held a news conference to announce charges against 15 more people accused of fraud in receiving federal payments for a variety of social services administered through Minnesota's state government. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
A NASCAR icon is dead. Kyle Busch was just 41 years old. His family says he died after being hospitalized, survived by his wife and 2 children. Wall Street looks like it's heading for another winning week. The Dow is up 278 points, and the NASDAQ ahead 116. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Thames Valley Police also said they had been in contact with lawyers for a woman who alleges she was taken to a location in Windsor for sexual purposes in 2010. A police statement said if she wishes to report this to police, it will be taken seriously and handled with care, sensitivity and respect for her privacy. Police are calling for anyone with information about alleged sexual offences, corruption, fraud or the sharing of confidential information to come forward. The 66-year-old former prince was arrested in February February and questioned under criminal caution on suspicion of misconduct in public office related to his role as a British trade envoy. I'm Lawrence Brooks.
People have set fire to an Ebola treatment center in one of the towns at the heart of the outbreak in eastern Congo. Fear and anger growing over the health crisis in that country. News and analysis, townhall.com. A judge clears a deck of all charges against a former school administrator in a school shooting case.
Ebony Parker was accused of ignoring warnings about a 6-year-old with a gun. The judge ruled Thursday that the actions of Parker did not constitute a crime. The charges against the former assistant principal stemmed from a July 2023 shooting at Rich Neck Elementary School in Newport News, Virginia. Teacher Abby Zwerner was wounded. A grand jury indictment charged Parker with 8 felony counts of child neglect, each carrying a potential 5-year sentence. Parker's defense argued she was unaware the child had a gun. Keith Peters, Washington.
Forecasters are predicting a developing El Nino could dampen the upcoming Atlantic hurricane season, but it would not completely eliminate the chance of violent weather. NOAA's forecasting a below-average season, fewer named storms, and fewer hurricanes. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. So they go get on and you'll be our music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil is said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike.
It's Inviernosa, not Inviernosa.
I feel like I'm getting into a Mad Max situation.
Harry Potter, potions class.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
Have you watched the?
Not Leviosa.
Have you watched the new HBO one?
Not yet.
I haven't either.
Haven't really. It's funny though because it's sparked a lot of online, discussion and debate.
Is it basically the first movie just episodically? Is that what they're doing?
I think that's what they're going to do throughout the series. Is they've got a whole new set, new cast of characters. I'm sure they'll probably have like some cameos every night. Like they'll pay Daniel Radcliffe to just show up as like the janitor or something.
Probably not J.K. Rowling.
No, probably not. But no, the controversy that everybody's been talking about is basically Snape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's because this time they cast Snape as a black character.
Okay.
Which, a lot of people are like, that's progressive with them and all that. But here's the problem.
Uh-huh.
Anybody knows the story of Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Severus Snape was
deeply in
love with Lily, but also heavily bullied by the incredibly white James Potter and his friends.
That's true. Yes, he was.
And not to mention that, there's also a whole lot.
And Lily was nice to him. That's
a whole lot of stuff about how he was denied the dark arts teacherhood essentially because they feared that he would use it for nefarious purposes. And then there's a lot of other stuff that just kind of okay, maybe they're doing the progressive thing, making the character black, but they're kind of doing they turned the wrong character black.
I got what you're saying. Maybe they should have picked someone
And
else.
I don't know, maybe in the original intended text, because I never read The Philosopher's Stone, which is the British version, the one that came out 6 months before.
But it's the same book, isn't it?
It is, and it isn't. There's certain things, and it's funny because I always associate those books with being very British.
Yeah.
Because they talk about treacle and like pasties and pasties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pasties, not pasties. Anyways.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different thing entirely. But there's cultural differences that they made between the books. That was the 6 or 7 month delay.
Okay.
But so I am kind of curious to see how they play it.
Yeah. I have not watched 1 minute of it, and I really don't know hardly a thing about it. I just know it. I've seen a commercial, and I know it exists, but I haven't. For some reason, I have not been on my Max app lately. So it's not that I'm against it. I just haven't.
It's kind of sad. The only reason I use my HBO Max app is to watch wrestling, because that's where I watch AEW.
No, I catch some of their stuff on there. I
mean, it always looks very interesting when I load the app up.
To be honest, the one app I have that's really a waste of time for me is the Disney Plus one.
Same, and I honestly, I think I'm going to get rid of that one just because the kids don't really use it anymore. I say that, and now there's all these good movies coming out.
That's all right. I'm supporting someone else's habit on that.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. Okay, I don't really have a lot of time to break this down, but I saw a fascinating story.
Yeah.
Did you know that in 1946, the U.S. government and researchers and environmental researchers, basically scientists, set about to drop 76 beavers. Okay? They gathered up 76 beavers.
The 75 was just not enough.
Hold on. Got to have redundancies. They gathered these beavers up. They put them in cages. They then took those cages, put them on an aircraft, and then flew them over the remote area of Illinois, an area that had gone through deforestation, had gone through some devastation, and it wasn't. It basically the land was dying. They then proceeded to use World War II surplus parachutes to drop 76 beavers into the Illinois mountain landscape.
Beaver troopers.
Okay, yeah, beaver troopers. Of the 76 that dropped, 75 survived. Sadly, we lost one in transit. But they then released the beavers, and then they just left. Everybody just left. It was completely devoid of human interaction and involvement for 77 years. So then researchers, I think it was like a year or 2 years ago, went back and finally looked at the landscape, or put drones in and looked at the landscape, and it had completely changed. These beavers in the 76 years, them and their generations of beavers to come, completely transformed this landscape into a new wetland, and had diverted rivers that were completely going into wastewater areas, had diverted them into a spot where it could turn into a wetland, and dammed off all kinds of other spots. 77 years it took them to do this, but they completely transformed the landscape. And they broke it down. It was it would have cost a normal person hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of the 77 years. The relative cost to them was $78.
Well, I imagine it costs a little bit for the beaver parachute.
Your beaver shoots. But as I was telling this story to somebody, they said, "Oh, I'm really glad you said they dropped him in cages," because I was just picturing beavers getting just suited up. That's what happened to that 76 beaver. He's the one who got the pack with the fork, the knife, and the plate in it. But they did this because they were trying to bring the beavers in on horseback, but the journey was so long and treacherous.
They couldn't hold
hot.
the stirrups.
No, the problem was the little legs couldn't get him to kick. That is a funnier visual. You're right. You're absolutely right. I failed in my.
Sorry.
Honestly, if you really want your horse to go, use that tail.
That's right. It's a riding crop.
And that's what happened to the 76 beaver. Kicked up too high on old Nelly. So yeah, but They parachuted in beavers and it completely changed the wetland. So I'm like, or this area into a wetland. So I'm just thinking, what could we do with New Mexico if we just had enough beavers and access to aircraft? We have access to aircraft. Now we just got to get the beavers.
All you need is beavers and time, and you can move mountains.
It's like diamonds.
Yeah.
Beavers and time make magic happen.
That's right.
I want that on a shirt. Beavers in Time.
Sounds like a good band name.
Beavers in Time.
Coming back tonight to Liberty. Beavers in Time.
What's the story behind your band name? Oh, there's the story. Sit down. Let me tell you.
Well, if it's a two-piece, I'm Beavers and I'm Time.
That is gonna. I'm gonna be driving at like 2:30 this afternoon, and the image of beavers riding in on horseback is gonna pop into my head again.
Little stirrups.
Right when I'm passing the Buc-ee's, that's when it's going to spring in my head. Little Bucky riding in.
We're here to move mountains. Chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Magnificent Seven riding up over the horizon.
That's right.
Got one Marlboro beaver over in the corner.
On that note.
Yeah.
That's why they don't use wooden bats in baseball anymore, because of the beavers. All right, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We're going to get you up to date with the weather here in just a minute. And then here in just a few minutes, we're going to talk some Roswell Invader baseball. We're going to have John Lingering and Derek Dominguez and Patty Swinson join us. Of course, they have their big meet and greet tonight out at Joe Bauman Stadium. Thanks to Dion's Pizza, they're going to have the food covered and everything here. And then their season gets underway, I believe, on the 26th. They start on the road. And then I believe the 29th is their home opener at Joe Bauman. So, but we're going to talk baseball with John and Derek and Patty here in just a few minutes. Later on, we'll get you up to date with news and all that good stuff and weather and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Speaking of weather, here is a look at your weather. And I think, keep your fingers slightly crossed, but I think we should be good rain-wise for graduations. Clear, especially today. The one thing, there is a 20% chance of rain tomorrow afternoon. But tomorrow night should be clear, so... Could be like last night where University High, we got the rain there, and then all golden for graduation. So maybe it'll be another one of those. But anyway, here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good through the holiday weekend. Very warm temperatures coming up. 90 to 95 on the afternoon high today and sunny. Overnight looks clear. Lows in the mid-50s, and then we're in the upper 80s and low 90s on Saturday, and we'll keep the sunshine. Saturday night, clear and mid-50s, right around the 90-degree mark on Sunday, and Memorial Day, we get sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, I was looking at something else. Shame on me. Currently, 65 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 78%. Winds are out of the south at 12 miles per hour. Expect a high of 90 under mostly sunny skies today. Winds will be out of the southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight with an overnight low of 56. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. We are looking at a 20% chance at some showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow afternoon, but otherwise sunny and a high of 89. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tomorrow night. Overnight low of 57. Southwest winds at 5 miles per hour. So I think that graduation window for Roswell High tomorrow night, I think will be okay. Hopefully. Sunday, sunny, 92 for a high. North winds 5 to 10. For Memorial Day, during the day, sunny and 92. But beginning Monday evening, we are looking at a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy, overnight low 58, and then a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. Mostly cloudy and 84. So, but it looks like as far as rain goes, it should bypass our graduation times and stuff. So we'll see. All right, it is 9:18. We're going to take about a 3-minute break, and then we're going to talk some Roswell Invaders baseball on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
Primary Election Day is coming up on June 2nd. Who we elect on that day sets our policies. The policy then shapes our schools, and our schools shape our kids. If you're not voting in the primary election on June 2nd, someone else is making that choice for you. Make a plan to vote on June 2nd in the primary election. Paid for by the Permian Strategic Partnership.
Free up your countertop with the versatility of a KitchenAid multifunction over-the-range microwave oven from Bush Appliance in Roswell. Designed for flush installation with a standard 12 3/4-inch cutout, this space-saving appliance combines an air fryer, toaster oven, convection oven, microwave, and ventilation hood. Shop now at Bush Appliance and conquer countertop clutter. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance in Roswell. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road or call 575-622-6390.
At New Mexico Gas Company, we believe there's money hiding in your home. It's true. It's hiding in your insulation, in your water heater, and in your furnace. And New Mexico Gas Company can help you tap into that money with rebates up to $800 for high-efficiency natural gas improvements. Your energy costs will go down, and your wallet will thank you. We're New Mexico Gas Company, and we provide energy efficiency solutions to save you money. That's why we're here. Learn more at nmgcgetrebates.com.
Right now is the time for progress, and there's no better place than Chaves County. I'm Johnny Orville McLean Jr., and I am the right person for Chaves County Commissioner District 5. I've been here all my life. I'm a father, a husband, and I believe in building foundational and generational wealth for all of our kids and grandkids. If you believe this too, remember the 3 R's when voting: the right place, the right time, and the right person.
A clear voice for all of Chaves County. Paid for by the committee to elect Johnny Orville McLean Jr., Crystal M. Hester, Treasurer.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
Good News Bear coming at it again. Good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio, talking little Roswell Invaders baseball, John Lundgren joining us in studio, and Derek Dominguez as well. Patty's also here, but she's hiding. She's not here, but she's here. So, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Just fine. How about yourself?
Good deal. So, this is this your guys' first year with the Invaders for baseball?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Is it your first year Pecos League, or were you in Pecos League last year, or just where'd you guys come from?
So I came from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
This is not my first year playing Pecos League baseball.
Okay.
Formerly with the North Platte 80s.
Okay.
In North Platte, Nebraska.
Okay. Where are you from originally? Florida?
Atlanta, Georgia, sir.
Okay, Georgia. That's a lot more action than Nebraska, New Mexico.
Just a bit.
Although, I got to admit, New Mexico's more interesting than Nebraska, right?
It's definitely, because the Nebraska is like a big, North Platte is a big train city.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much their whole thing.
Right.
Was like, hey, we're like the train hub of the Midwest.
Besmirch Nebraska, but I've never heard people say, I can't wait to get to Nebraska.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen aliens in Nebraska either.
It's true. But there are a few people I'd love to see New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So just saying.
I think the only thing going on in Nebraska is the College World Series.
Omaha's a nice town. Right?
Yeah.
And so where are you from originally?
I've managed the Austin Weirdos and took over the midway point in 23.
Okay.
And then I did a full season with the travel team again in Austin, 24. And then Kansas City Hormigas last year, 25. But that team ended up folding.
Okay.
And came out here to Roswell, and so far it's been a great place to be.
Been a good. Now, where are you from originally?
Near the Corpus Christi area, Texas.
Okay, so you you got the Southwest vibe in you already.
Yeah.
So
it's not too bad. I mean, he's pretty close to Texas.
But you're new to green chili. Have you all been here long enough to been introduced to green chili yet?
Green chili, just on our food?
Yes.
It's
a lifestyle here. It's
Yeah,
really more than
I
the food.
actually have family in Mora and Albuquerque.
Okay, so you are aware of the green
but
chili.
it's been a minute since I've been in New Mexico.
Now Texans aren't so knowledgeable on green chili.
No, I mean, I was going to get a chimichanga last night at Allsups, and I saw the chili one. I'd never seen it. Maybe I'm like, no, I'm not going to mess with that for now. Maybe later, So.
By the way, that's a good late night chimmy. Just saying that Allsups chimmies are meant for past 10 p.m. There we go.
Okay. Noted.
To go to.
That's the after evening of things.
Take it.
Very good. So, talk a little bit about the team this year, guys. Pretty excited about what I know. And we'll get into. We got some events to talk about here, but we're days away from the season opener here. What's kind of the vibe of the team right now?
I'm pretty excited about the team right now.
Yeah.
We have a good handful of veterans that are coming back from other teams.
Okay.
And they're bringing in guys from their previous colleges as well. So we already have some connections there in terms of like player to player. It's not like just a bunch of strangers coming together and having to build
some playing history.
Yeah,
together.
History and also team chemistry. I think is very important, especially
when you're out. When you're out in the outfield or when you working that out there. It's kind of nice when you know exactly where your second baseman and shortstop's going to be every time. You don't have to look. You just know they're there. That's you got to build that.
Yeah. And also the travel too. I mean, it's a pretty condensed season. Play about like 55, 56 games through like 2 months. So you got to like the guys you're traveling with.
Because you spend a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
And see, that's like what it all came down to this offseason when we started recruiting and bringing guys over here. We weren't looking to bring the 50, 60 guys. We're trying to bring the right 35, 40 guys out here. You know what I mean?
There's quality over quantity.
There's enough egos in baseball. We just got to get the right guys. And you have that one guy, and it could be a bad thing.
Sure.
So we haven't seen that yet, and I think we're.
Well, and you look at like World Series teams, the teams that win World Series, and there's always going to have a big player or star, but it's like there's been years where really it's been a bunch of no names and things, but it's that chemistry. It's that it's the hours in the locker room or on the road or whatever.
Like you've seen the Dodgers. They have a lot of fun out there on the field.
Sure.
So
it's putting the right guys in the room sometimes is all it is to do that. And it's not about. I mean, we can moneyball it all day if you want to play that game, but at the idea that at the end of the day, it's the X factor that and that's what wins the championships. That's what gets those is that thing you can't quite put your finger on. It just happens, and that's
and I've been here around like Pecos League for the last 2-3 years, so I've seen these guys in the league before. I've seen them play, and
the Invaders are always one of the premier teams in the Pecos League, and they're if they're not winning championships, they're right in it at the end. So it's the cream of the crop here. Speaking of which, if you want to meet this year's Invaders, tonight's your first chance. We're going to have our Invader meet and greet tonight out at Joe Bauman Stadium. That's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. And good news is, come hungry because Dion's Pizza is on. Have you guys had Dion's yet?
No, sir, not yet.
Gotcha. Dion's on point. They don't mess around with their pizza.
Looking forward to that.
And you'll love this as a Texan fan. I don't know if they're going to bring it tonight. They are. Okay. They're coming on the radio I think next week to talk about it. But they added brisket. You can get a brisket pizza now at Dion's. They got a brisket and peppers pizza and all that. And I looked, just happened last night. I was looking on the app and it was up there. So
check that out for sure.
Yeah, but they can throw that brisket in anything. Like if you want to make a salad with brisket, they'll do it for you, or a sandwich. I think
there's got to be good barbecue out here.
Oh yeah, we got good barbecue.
Yeah.
We all right. Now it's going to have a New Mexico twang. We heat up things, but
I've had a lot of the restaurants here that it's a little bit hotter than it would be back home. But
you want a good sampling of Dion's and green chili? Get their 505. 505. That's the pepperoni and green chili pizza. And I imagine there'll be a few out at the game here tonight. That's one of their signature pizzas. Go with that one. That's if you want a Dion's first time trying Dion's, that's probably a good place to start. Is the 505. So, and then don't forget their sandwiches.
There we go.
I'm telling you, the pastrami or the turkey. Like here's the move. I get the turkey one. It comes with Greek dressing. Say thank you, but no thank you, and ask for green chili ranch, and then dump that on top.
Ooh, green chili ranch.
Not even lunch yet.
I'm telling you. So come out to the meet and greet tonight. So you guys make sure you hit the Dion's table when you guys are.
Oh yeah. Shout out Dion's.
And so, and this is a chance for families to come out, meet the team. You guys, I know. And if you come when you ever come to Invader games, it's like, I mean, the players, the kids, they get to come out. I mean, it's kind of like every game's a meet and greet, really. It really is like that. But we're having our first official meet and greet here tonight. And so this is a chance to come. It's going to be out at Joe Bauman Stadium, out at the ballpark there. So Dion's is going to be providing food. If folks want to come out and get tickets for the season and all that, kind of preview the season and all that, or get the schedule for the upcoming youth camps, because we've got camps pretty much 2 in June, 3 in July. For youth camps here, so you can kind of get dates, sign up for these camps. You can do all that tonight out at the meet and greet here.
Yes, sir.
Each of these camps, they're only $35 per camp. These are for kids age 6 through 17. So elementary all the way up to high school kids, and they get hands-on instruction with all the players on the team, and it's really cool because especially, I imagine when you work with some of the teenagers, because let's face it, the guys on the team are not much older sometimes. These guys are right out of college age or high school age. You guys are young men.
Yes, sir.
You got your whole lives ahead of you.
Yeah.
and so it's cool to relate at that level where you guys sometimes can make headway that coach don't get head. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You can get some of that space.
Inter-squad tonight. From 6 to
Okay.
8.
Oh, so you're gonna
we're
play a
also
little
gonna be
scrimmage
playing
tonight,
Yeah,
too.
so you get to see a little ball.
Good deal. I imagine that's fun for you guys.
Yeah.
Because that's this got to be trash talking, right? Like I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
Like, this guy's been striking me out all practice. I'm taking him to the yard tonight.
I mean, we're trying to avoid egos like recruiting, but you got pride in what you do. Of course, so
And you're out there competing for a spot as well.
Absolutely. Well,
so.
that's true too. You guys are watching. You guys are looking and saying, who's going to be here at the end of this?
Yes,
and
sir.
And absolutely. And these are young men that are and for some of them this is like their first stint with professional sports. Which, by the way, speaking of another plug here, we do have a need for host families. If you would like to host one of our Invader players for the summer, it's a really cool opportunity. What you do is provide them room and board for the summer there, and they will live with you during the season here for the next couple months. And it kind of turns out like from everything I've been told, it's almost like adopting a family member, but usually by the end of the day. And some players that come back, they'll go back to their same families the next year if you get returning players. But all of them, almost to a family, stay in touch in some way, shape, or form, and they kind of friends. I imagine you've probably met quite a few families. You've shared similar experiences with over the years. So if you'd like to be a host family, please reach out. Come out tonight. Come out, meet the guys, and say, "Hey, I just heard about the host family. What's the requirements? I think I'd like to do that." There you go. It's pretty simple. Basically, you got to have a room and you got to have a place to. And now here's the thing: feeding. They're hungry lads, and they like to eat. So, but you guys help out with that. But they are athletes, and so they do like to eat, and that's a good thing.
The feeding is not a requirement, though.
Okay.
The roof over the head is the most important part.
You're going to feed them once they're there. That's just what happens.
Yeah, just having the basic necessity. That's good enough.
Sure.
We're
well, and let's face it, especially for the young guys, first thing out, like they're going to want to be independent.
Yeah.
But at some point, they're going to be a little missing home and stuff, and so that family kind of serves as that home away from home.
Yeah, some of these guys, they'll be there for those young guys. It's 2 months. Just it'll go by quick. You pick up the routine and
absolutely,
and you just.
Oh yeah, you get prime seating at the games each night here, and because like I said, you end up adopting them is what happens. That's another son you got out there, and you're going to be rooting for them and cheer for them, and you're going to follow their careers when they leave the Invaders and go off to single. Who knows? Maybe in the majors. You get to hit them up. Maybe. Just for a closer thing, you might see him in an Isotopes uniform here down the road.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Have you all been up to see an Isotopes game? I knew you haven't been around.
No, sir, not yet. It's been all business so far.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get a chance. I know you're busy during the summer. Your season's kind of.
I might have caught him in Corpus Christi, but not out here.
It's you'll learn. They kind of have because of there's a history of minor league baseball there. You know, they were the Dukes, the Mariachis, and so they embrace that tradition. So most of the time they're the Isotopes. Every once in a while they're the Dukes or the Mariachis. But they are the Isotopes.
But they got like a strong fan base.
Oh yeah, they got a great fan base, and of course it helps when you name your team after a Simpsons thing. It kind of gets you in an international, kind of like what the Invaders have a little bit. I mean, not arguably, the Invaders kind of have the most unique, coolest uniforms in the Pecos League. I mean, it's got the aliens, you got the. Are you a fan of the green teal or the green yellow, whatever you want to call that?
Always.
It's usually bicolor. It's because I like it in the uniform. I don't need the all yellow one. That one,
no.
I like the blues are sharp with the yellow green, whatever you want to call that, trimming lining. That is sharp. But the all yellow, that's a bit much for me. But the blue one, I only own one. I own one of the blue ones.
I think we just got the greens and the blues this year.
Okay, good deal. I'm sorry, Pat. I couldn't see what you were showing there.
We have a new thing that's called the Invaders UFO Launching Contest.
Okay.
And that's going to be on May the 30th, and it's after the game with Alpine.
Okay, so after the so that would be the second home the home opener is the 29th. This will be game 2 of that series. So after the game there, we for all the so you're going to be at the game anyway. Make sure you stick around afterwards for the UFO. But that'll be home opening weekend there. I know you guys start on the road here
in Pecos.
Yes, Pecos, playing Pecos. Yes, sir. Here 26, which is what day is that? Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh. That's the day we're getting rain. Hopefully, I don't know what the rain's looking like in Pecos, but
they got a turf field out. They got a turf field out there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll be good.
When you guys will, as long as it's not lightning, you guys will play us.
Oh yeah.
So.
Even if it's 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning, we got to get it done.
Yeah. Also, I mentioned for the youth camps. Let me give you those dates on that too. There's 2 here in June the 16th and June 24th, and then 3 opportunities in July. July the 1st, July the 18th. July 8th and July 19th. And those are those camps. They're going to be at Joe Bauman Stadium. Again, they're for ages 6 through 17, and the cost is only $35, and it's an opportunity each day for these youth to get hands-on instruction with all the Invader baseball team. They do get the T-shirts. There is some swag that they get with that. And, of course, you know, they get to go out and I think they go to games and stuff during that time too. And so it's a real chance for them to get down and dirty with their players, with their favorite players. Oh, they'll get into the game. Okay, so come in uniform and then get you a free admittance into the game, and then of course I do want to don't forget too throughout the season there's going to be special nights. I know I know the Historical Society is going to have a special night out there. There's usually a few of those throughout the season. Stay tuned as we keep going as the season progresses. I also want to steer people to the website. If you go, I think it's RoswellInvaders.com. I just Google Roswell Invaders and it pops right up.
Oh yeah.
But there you can if you go right now, you can see the entire schedule. Which, like, by the way, first game start here on Tuesday on the road. But for the next season, over the next couple months here, you can start getting tickets for those home games now, and of course you can learn more information about all the upcoming Invaders kids camps here. Of course, the meet and greet tonight. If you're wanting some more information about that. For this evening, come on out, starting at 6. But if you want to read some more, go to the Invaders website, and you can kind of do some more reading and digging and doing some information there. If you want more information about host families as well, too, that's another great opportunity here. And I'm telling you, that's a cool thing. Every person I know that's host family, it's like they love it. It's the best experience. It's a great. It's really. It's kind of like the foreign exchange student, but much more of an action-packed 2-month stint instead of a whole school year kind of thing. And so they kind of go. But there's a lot of relationship building in that 2 months.
You don't go to watch your foreign exchange student go to class, but you get to watch your baseball player go play.
Yeah, I'll say this one comes with some and then you got bragging rights, right?
Yeah,
like, that's my boy out there, right there, number 12.
Yes.
So what's like for you? I mean, obviously here, but as far as like, obviously all of the aspirations to play Major League Baseball here, but like for like I just if dream, like when you're the boy sleeping, are you the pitcher for who? Or are you the catcher for who? Or what would that be for you?
It would definitely be out of the bullpen for the Braves. I'm in Atlanta, so
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, that
big
makes
Atlanta
sense.
Braves
Being a
fan.
Braves fan. So Texas, a Rangers fan? What's your...
Oh, I'm a huge Astros fan.
Astro fan. Okay, I had a 50-50.
We take a lot of heat for 2017, but I mean, these guys, they got the talent, though. You know, they're still giving another shot. You never
So
know.
what would you be? For Houston?
For Houston, 100%.
Okay.
You know, down the road.
For my what would you
family.
play? What position?
What position I would play?
Yeah.
Well, I'm too old to play now, but I mean,
Well, I'd
probably want to catch. For sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, catchers don't have long careers, man. With
No,
the
man,
knees.
and it's you take when you're young, you take your body for granted. You know,
Yeah.
you get stretched out in 30 minutes, ready to go,
Yeah.
and it catches up to you.
But to be honest, of all the positions in baseball, catcher's probably the shortest career of the bunch usually.
Yeah.
Unless a pitcher gets
Yeah.
the Tommy Johns and blows the arm out. But
Yeah.
if you're a junk pitcher, you can have a long career.
Oh, yeah.
Or Nolan Ryan. That's the other.
Yeah. If you're just, you know, what, 6'9", 6'7".
Yeah. That's
That
half the
helps.
battle. If you grow to be that tall, like if you're Randy Johnson size or Nolan Ryan size, that's half the battle right there. People don't charge a mound when you're bigger than them now.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Yes, sir.
But folks, I really do encourage you, come out tonight to the meet and greet. It is especially if you got the young ones and they're aspiring baseball fans. That really is the cool part. It's for the kids. The kids come out and they have an amazing time playing ball with the players and just getting to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, that's the thing we're talking about. We went to New Knob Little League last night because we wanted to be more involved from the start. At games, we want kids to be involved running the bases.
Sure.
We want these games going on. I mean, no matter what the circumstances, what the crowd is like, we want kids involved
Absolutely.
all the time. You know, we're warming up. We want them to go say hi to us, see how we're doing.
At the end of the day, there might be a couple invaders running around out there.
They're the future invaders, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have good baseball out there at that Little League. They
Absolutely.
Had last night.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And we are blessed to have Joe Bauman Stadium. It's an iconic, historic stadium. It's a fun place to go to the ballpark out there. You know, I mean, yeah, it's got its quirks like any stadium does, but it's a nostalgic, classic place to play ball here.
Oh, yeah.
We've had Ron and Sandy Smith have spent lots of time for the last month
Doing work out there.
working out the field and getting rid of the invader bump and
Hey, that's home field advantage sometimes. I mean, that's all I'm saying is when you get a little close to that mic so they can hear you there.
definitely. She was saying Ron. She was saying Ron and Sandy. They've done an outstanding job with the field. They've been out there for weeks, doing from picking up trash to the little details in the baseball.
Oh yeah, there
field.
is a lot of behind the scenes on baseball like that, and
they've painted the new scoreboard. They were up there, and
the stadium it's a cool stadium. I love it. It's cool. Got its little itch park, but yes, it always had like those field quirks, and I don't know. To me, yes, you want it as smooth as possible, but that's also part of the character a little bit. You know, you kind of want, it's like Boston. The monster's there for a reason. You know, and if it wasn't there, people would be salty about that.
But like people like Rob and Sandy that helped us out.
Yeah.
I mean, we got here and of course, there's maintenance on the field that needs to be done, but I mean, they've done the hardest
They've been
part.
doing the
And Chris Spear also, he's lend a hand with his equipment, and he's full of ideas.
Are they farmer rancher types? Because those guys, they have all the equipment to help us out and those types of things. So,
oh yeah,
you need a backhoe, you need a rake. Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, so I think that equipment was pretty huge for us to get the field where it's at, and we want to thank Rob, Sandy, and Chris Spear, and we'd like to, recognize them at one of our games.
Well, and that's the thing too, is you don't realize that there is a labor of love by so many people. Patty's one of them here in the room, and there's many others that Invader Baseball probably wouldn't happen without their passion, support, their time, energy, and that's why we really love to have you guys come out to the games and see the fruit of that effort and that love that from that work, because that's all this is. It's just if you love baseball in its purest form, just the why people love baseball, come out to Invaders game. That's why people come out to enjoy baseball. It's kind of like, this whole Savannah Bananas kick that everything's getting, which is cool. As a baseball purist, people have all kinds of things up, but to get people to have a love for the game, they do an amazing job. And so, and that's what Invaders baseball. It's that It's not the corporate boom. This is Sunday, Saturday afternoon baseball in the park and everything. That's what it's about. So.
We're never too big league for you to come talk to us. You can come talk to any of the players in public, at the games.
Yeah. And here's the thing, too. All the players are here because they love, you know what I mean? They love baseball. They eat, drink, sleep, live baseball. That's what they love. And so, and sometimes you get to the pro level that you lose some of that. Or, you know what I mean? Higher up in those pro levels, you lose some of that. These kids are hungry and they're willing to want to share that and inspire too. It's kind of cool for the players too. I ain't gonna lie, you're one of these new kid 18-year-olds and you got a bunch of young people treating you like a rock star. That's kind of cool. Come out tonight and do that. Enjoy. Again, it's out at Joe Bauman Stadium. If you're not familiar, it's out by the fairgrounds there. Coca-Cola Park, some people refer it to that as well too. But it's out by the fairgrounds out there. 6 to 8, free event. Come, no need to get tickets or anything. Just come join us. Bring the family, bring the kids. Come hungry. Dion's Pizza is going to be out there with their pizza. And like Patty said, this might be your first chance to try that new brisket pizza if you haven't tried that one yet. But anyway, whatever you get at Dion's, you can. And they got great salads. I know you guys health conscious, but you eat things large. But they got some of the best salads in town right there. Don't get the well, you guys can because you eat like everything. But like a family size salad, you'll eat for a month on that thing. So pro tip: go smaller first time. Pat, is there any information we missed? We didn't get to talk about? Did we cover it all? I want to make sure we get that opportunity while we're here. Anything, she don't want to be on the radio.
I think we checked all the boxes for the most
part. We really do need some host families. I've had a boy.
You said about half dozen players are still needing homes right now, right? Okay.
Yes. That slept in his car.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And he's not sleeping in his car anymore.
I know he's young and like, it's no big deal because young people do that. But no, you don't.
I said, no, you don't need to be doing that. We'll find a place for you. So I don't want that to happen. And I know there's people out there that are worried about it, but I got breakfast cooked at my house yesterday.
I'm about to say, and I'm saying sometimes chores get done.
So
chores get done sometimes.
There are some perks. Yes, they carried the trash out. So yes, there are some perks.
Absolutely. So please come out tonight, or call Patty, or go to the website, reach out direct, and it'll be Patty. But however you get to them, please, we look for those host families, and because we need to get them ASAP into a place for the summer here. And then and of course, come on out and then sign up for the camps tonight. Come to all 5 of them if you want, but at least sign up for one of these camps here. It'll be a great opportunity for the youth to come meet with the players and get that first-hand interaction. I'm telling you, you're going to be creating memories that when they're 30 years old, they're going to be, remember that time we were down there? And that's what they're going to remember.
And these players, they're not just players. Like, during the offseason, a lot of these guys coach during the offseason.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have, a lot of these guys have coaching experience.
So they can teach as much as they can play. Because we're not doing this, they're probably working with youth or high school teams or whatever. So it makes sense. Because I imagine there's probably some aspirations. It's like, hey, let's be realistic. The numbers here, not all of us are going to go be playing for the majors here. But that doesn't mean you can't have a full career in baseball as a coach or something similar in that field.
It's more about trying to find your ceiling, being the best player you can be. Because sometimes you just can't go to sleep at night knowing that you can go to sleep at night knowing, hey, I really did do everything I could to make that work.
Sure, and I imagine that's something that all people with athletic careers, because at some point the athletics are going away. It's not like an accountant. You can be an accountant as long as your brain's going or whatever. But baseball player, football player, basketball player, soccer player, whatever it is, don't matter. Ping pong player, don't matter what it is. At some point, them skills are going to diminish due to your body just breaking down at some point. That's just what's going to happen. And so you're always thinking, what am I going to do next? And especially a physical sport, now baseball's not exactly the most physical, but people end careers all the time, especially as a pitcher or, you're one pitch away from the career's over, if you don't do it right. And so I'm sure that's always in the back of your minds, like what's going to happen tomorrow if I can't play baseball tomorrow? And so that's something that these young men are dealing with, and some at the very now. Granted, you're probably, you guys are the ones kind of putting some of that in it because at 18 they're indestructible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they have their first injury, and it's like, I'm not indestructible. And that's where you guys kind of guide them through that moment. It's like, yeah. And so, but this is that level of baseball. They're kind of learning how to be pros for some of these kids, and it's but the cool part is, It's so local access right here. You go up to Joel Bauman Stadium, you go out there, you be like, hey, buddy, and they'll, hey, buddy, and they'll come out, and who knows, depending on the time, they're like, hey, you want to come out and with warm-ups with us, or you want to come and run bases with us, or you want to come shag balls with us, or whatever that is, come do it. So a lot of fun. So. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys. Come. Hopefully, you guys get. I know season gets really crazy for you guys, but hopefully, you get a chance to come by and visit from time to time during the season.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And obviously, we'll be hopefully talking about some championship games here. Here in a couple months.
That's the plan.
All
That's the plan right now.
And but again, come out to the meet and greet tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. Game 1 will actually, if you want to go to Pecos, Texas, come out on the 26th. But for here in Roswell, it'll be the 29th out at Joe Bauman Stadium. And then don't forget the 30th, we'll do the UFO launch and everything after the game on the 30th. So just get the tickets for the series there. RoswellInvaders.com if you can preview the whole schedule, get tickets for the game, get season tickets, whatever you want to do. If you want to be a host family, or you got to get your Invader swag, you can get all that there too. If you want to get your uniforms, hats, this year's models, that's all up there on the website too. So good deal.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. And anytime, hope we get to. And now you get to hopefully get a chance to see all the New Mexico Roswell. Get to go see the UFO Museum and all the. Makes it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Chris, for having me.
And hopefully, I don't know what your baseball schedule is all lined up, but hopefully, at least you're in town for some of the UFO festival. I don't know if you're going to be in town for that.
I don't think we will be.
Will you guys be out of town?
Some of the players, we were looking at it, and we're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get a chance, and I know September is going to be gone. You'll be done by then, but if some are sticking around, we got the air races now.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty cool. I know that's so if some of the guys are in the area and they want to stick around,
for sure. Roswell has a lot of fun things.
Yeah,
to
we're
do
growing
out
up, man. We're getting big for our britches over here.
There we go.
So. Thank you, guys. Have good luck this
Chris,
season, and
like
I said, we look forward to see you here throughout the year too.
Thank you so much.
All right, 9:50. Let's shut our holes for news and Hannity update, commercials, and whatnot. Don't go away.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. It is recess time for the Senate. Senators have left Washington for their holiday break without voting on a roughly $70 billion fund for immigration enforcement. They leave town amid Republican disagreement over a $1.8 billion fund that would compensate those who claim that they've been the victims of lawfare waged by the Biden Department of Justice. All eyes on Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He's addressing a NATO foreign ministers meeting in Sweden. The secretary says a peaceful solution of the standoff with Cuba's communist regime is looking less likely now, although he says the Trump administration would prefer a diplomatic solution. Wall Street, once again, in record territory. The Dow is up 423 points now for a gain of close to 1%. The Nasdaq ahead 180 points, and the S&P is trading 50 points higher. More details, srnnews.com.
The conservative underground meets right now. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
When I interviewed the president, I realized something in the middle of the interview is that the president was being somewhat obscure in terms of giving the specifics. He didn't want to. And I think it was very strategic. Like if you watch him in these gaggles at the White House, people will ask him, what is your plan for Iran? What is your... He will say, I'm not telling you. Why would I telegraph that? But I've known President Trump for 30 years, and I can tell you the guy I know was as happy as I've ever seen him. And had things not gone well, or they weren't consequential, fake news CNN, that would not be the mood of the president.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
All right, everybody cares about health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, and so many of us are guessing our way through our health, guessing what foods to eat, what supplements to take, wondering why some things make us feel better than others. Now, that's where Viome comes in. It's a simple, at-home gut health test that uses advanced RNA technology. It analyzes your gut microbiome to understand how your body is truly functioning in this moment. And from there, Viome then creates a personalized food and supplement plan designed specifically for your body. Right, Linda? You've been doing this.
I have been doing it, and the test is easy. It's got great steps. It walks you right through. It's easy to do. You can send it right in.
Take the guesswork out of it. Get real data. Go to VIOME/Hannity. VIOME.com/Hannity today. And when you follow their plan, you can expect better digestion, more energy, improved mood. Stop guessing. Start knowing.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Hey, time to look to see how the NMMI Broncos junior college baseball team did over this past season. Not bad, 38-20 overall, and the Broncos were 22-14 in conference. Made it to the postseason, but lost 2 out of 3 to Weatherford College on the road. That was the Region 5 playoff. It was the best of 3 series, and the Broncos lost the first 2 games. Javier Yepes Galindo led the Broncos with 19 home runs for the season. His teammate Maceo Maldonado Baez got on the board with 70 RBIs to lead the team there. And on the pitching side, Hyunwook Lee was 8-1 with 105 strikeouts and an ERA right around 4, just over that, 4 runs per game. Congratulations for a good season for all you guys. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looking good through the holiday weekend. Very warm temperatures coming up. 90 to 95 on the afternoon high today and sunny. Overnight looks clear. Lows in the mid-50s, and then we're in the upper 80s and low 90s on Saturday, and we'll keep the sunshine. Saturday night, clear and mid-50s, right around the 90-degree mark on Sunday, and Memorial Day, we get sunshine. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street advanced in today's early going as bond yields studied, even though oil prices rose some more. Benchmark U.S. crude gained $1.09 to $97.44 per barrel. In the words of one analyst, markets are still searching for signs of progress in a potential deal between the U.S. and Iran. While there are signs of optimism, uncertainty reigns. Shares of Estee Lauder soared 13% after the New York cosmetics giant announced it was no longer in talks to merge with a Spanish fragrance and beauty products company. Ross Stores jumped 5.8% after beating Wall Street's first quarter profit targets, while logging a 21% increase in sales over the same period last year. The company credits increased store traffic and consumers spending more because of tax refunds. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
When everything is more expensive, when everyone says no, Van Man and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan are ready to say yes, and for less. They've got you covered if you're upside down, dealing with credit woes, or when others say no. Van Man and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan will fight to get you the vehicle you need at the price you can afford. With a huge selection, strong financing options, and top dollar for your trade, now is the time to call in Van Man and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan. 2111 West 2nd.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6839. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6839. That's 800-575-6839. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The week of June 1st through June 5th, the Country Club Road Church of Christ will hold its annual Vacation Bible School for children 3 years old through the 6th grade. Come and join us from 9 to 11:30 each morning. Our theme this year is Staying on the Right Track in a Troubled World. What a great theme for our world today. The kids are going to learn about how characters in the Bible dealt with difficult themes and stayed true to their faith in God. Your children will learn about Daniel in the lion's den, Queen Esther, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, Mary and Martha's encounter with Jesus, and a paralyzed friend who gets healed. There'll be Bible stories presented by live actors and all kinds of puppet shows and music time and crafts, snacks, and interactive worship time. At Country Club Road, we truly care about the children God places in our care. Our goal is to help them know Jesus and understand the love God has for each of them. We can't wait to see you and your kids there.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air. It's graduation season. As your genius looks ahead to brighter